Jimmy McAllister found the net. Goal for Wednesday.
Terrific goal by Sheffield.
Chris Waddle, is he going to have a crack?
Oh, he does, and it's goal. Still Glenn Wheeler. Aidan Flynn works the
Is there time for a winner?
Hello and welcome to Wednesday Tie-Dye Podcast. I'm James Mappin. I'm going to be here for your watch-along for Bristol City against Sheffield Wednesday. Do make sure you can join us for the full show. Of course, I will be here, like I said, all the way through to full-time, hopefully. I have been having issues with the stream just suddenly going off. If that does happen, I have got a backup plan, but please do bear with me today. It's very, very stressful. Not just with this happening, but everything else that's happening as well. Obviously, Barry Bannon. Is he staying? Is he going? Who knows? I've no idea. Not really sure what to believe at the moment. But at least we've got 90 minutes of football to distract us from all of that anyway. Just want to say as well, get in the comments. I can see Daniel's here. Come on, the boys. I've got Thomas. Afternoon, James. Time to lock in for a weekly therapy session. Yes, it might turn into that. I'm hoping it's going to be a decent performance. And I hopefully, I thought the performance against Birmingham was all right. I thought it was good. I thought it was better than the one before, the one against Portsmouth. So hopefully we can do that. Obviously, we're without Jan Valerie. That is one big miss that we're without. I've not even looked at the starting lineup. It's Cooper in goal, Palmer, Otagbeo, McGee and Johnson. We've got McNeil, Heskey and Ingleson, who was said to be struggling, but he is there. He's obviously rumoured also to be linked with Portsmouth. I think is one club that have made a bid that's been rejected, but Ingleson starts today. He's there, number 10. Barry Bannon will be starting, of course, captain as well. Like I said, will it be his last game or not? I sincerely hope that it isn't, because he does deserve a send-off. I've just been talking about that just a little bit earlier on. And then we've got Jamal Lowe and Kadamatre leading the line. Stretch, Emery, Cooper, the Liam variety is on the bench. Thornton, Shipston, Kabatsky as well back in the squad. Nathan Redmond, Onukbule and Moses as well, rounding out the 9 on the bench. So we do have a full complement of 9 on the bench this time around. There was only 8 for those eagle-eyed that would have seen that against Birmingham City earlier on. Get your predictions in. What is your score prediction for this evening? I'm going for, do I go positive or do I go realistic? I just can't see us winning. I'll be honest. If we are going to get anything out of it, we're going to score, aren't we? It'll be a 1-1 draw if we're going to get anything out of this game. I mean, Bristol City, I spoke to a Bristol City fan just yesterday doing the preview show. Patreon members will have already listened to that one, I'm sure. But speaking to them, and they felt like they were in dire straits. They've lost Anis Mehmeti. He's gone to Ipswich. He is their talisman. He is their leading goal scorer, or was their leading. Well, no, he still is their leading goal scorer. I'm sure they'll be hoping that someone's going to surpass him this season. But yeah, they're without him, so he's that's going to be a huge blow. But yeah, I do still think they're going to have just enough. I looked as well. I think the last 3 times they've lost this season, they followed that up with a win. They lost against Ipswich last time out, so we're hoping that doesn't follow on this time around, but we'll just have to wait and see. Have people got their predictions in yet? Yes, they have. They've got some already. The Mirror says 4-0. I'm guessing you mean into Bristol City there. James Reaney says 1-0 Wednesday, Bannon screamer. That would be perfect, wouldn't it, really? Daz says 4-1 Bristol. Thomas has gone 4-0. Hope Asquith's gone with a 2-1 Bannon screamer. Yeah, James Reaney says take top off, Nile Ranger style, not selling me. That would be brilliant. Chef Cam, just a shout out for Chef Cam as well. Do go over and check out his videos, please, on his YouTube channel. Absolutely brilliant stuff over there. He says, please be too upfront. I know it's rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, but I just prefer a 2. I mean, I do admit Bailey Cadamarchi just works better in a 2. He needs someone to feed off. So yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what the starting lineup is. The formation is going to be. I know Henrik Pedersen spoke about that in the pre-match press conference. He got asked by Rob Staten, I think it was, that asked him the question about the formation, about whether, because obviously, us fans have been questioning the playing style and things like that, but he said that, they always play, they either play with a 4 or a 3, they never play with a 5. You can dress it up whichever way you want, can't you, really, to be honest? But yeah, he was talking about, getting more turnovers, more high turnovers. I'm sure there is an incremental difference in the way that we're playing, but it just needs to be better. I think most fans would just prefer to see more shots on target, more shots on goal. We're averaging 1 at the moment since Boxing Day, which is simply not good enough. That's 1 shot on target. That is, we have a few more shots, but we just need to be better. We need to be, we're getting some good areas, but then we just seem to do nothing when we get there, which is just a crying shame. And I think we need to see. We need to see more, just to get something, just to get behind the lads, just something to cheer about. Just seeing pictures of Barry Bannon getting off the bus earlier on with a ripple of applause and things for those people that have been, that have gone down there, hoping that it's not the last time they see him getting off a Sheffield Wednesday bus. But we'll have to wait and see. Jay Bloggs has said Bristol City away last season was the most boring game of last season. How did that one finish last season? I know that Barry Bannon did get sent off in this fixture 2 seasons ago, but I mean, the fact that I can't remember how boring it was must be a reason why it was it was a 0-0. I literally can't remember that game. Who started in the last time we were here? Beadle in goal, Famewo, Bernard, Palmer, Marvin Johnson, Barry Bannon, Piers Charles. Don't tell Matt. Jan Valery, Anthony Masaba, Ike Ugbo, and Josh Windass. I wonder how many of their starting lineup is the same. I know they've definitely not got Anis Mehmeti. They have got Scott Twine, who I'm sure will be deadly from them set pieces, as he always is. We're just 5 minutes away from kickoff, by the way. Thanks everyone that has joined us. For those that are late joining, I have had issues with the streaming software suddenly shitting itself and just cutting off for some bizarre reason. If it does do that, I have got a backup, but yeah, please bear with me if that does happen. Thomas says we are playing kick and run without the run. Hardly a recipe for success. JJ has gone with a 3-1. Is that to Bristol City or is that to Wednesday? We'll say it's to Bristol City because that's probably the more likely. Jack says, tenner on Bannon to score, 85 back. Come on. Johnny says, I think you mean Shea Charles. Did I say Pierce? Well, Shea Charles is just forgotten now, and he's gone. Jay, games are fairly tight, though. Our fans would be going mad if we had 10 more shots and lost 4-0 every week. Jay, 0-0 on a Tuesday night. It was a long drive. Joe says, good luck today for the boys. All the best to Barry, whatever the outcome. The players are just coming out of the tunnel, dressed all in white, keeper in that lime green. They're dressed in red. They've always got wacky keeper kits, haven't they? And the mascot in front of the keeper is also wearing the keeper's kit as well. I wonder whether they've given them all the kit or whether they've had to pay for them like they do at Hillsborough. I wonder. I posted a picture yesterday of my lad when he walked out of the tunnel. It was a pre-season friendly, Luton it was. Remember when we had pre-season friendlies, when they were a thing? But yeah, I bought a ticket for him to go, and then he got picked out by the club. I'm guessing because we bought a kid's ticket, and I was like, he would have been 3 at the time, and they were like, a bit young. I was like, no, honestly, he'll be fine. And then I think because he was the youngest, he walked out with Barry Bannon. The problem is, it did cost me the full kit. It did also cost me another 3 tickets, 2 tickets, a ticket for my wife, a ticket for my mother-in-law, and then my daughter to go as well, because it was going to be a lads' day at the football, but obviously they wanted to see him walk out and stuff. So that turned out what was going to be a cheap friendly game to go to ended up being a a fairly expensive one, but I do have that memory and that photo, and you'll have seen it if you do follow us on the socials on Twitter. That photo of my lad walking out holding Barry Bannon's hand, and I need to get that. I need to get that photo printed. I did want to get it signed, but fucking hell, I need to be quick if I'm going to do that, and I've not got many days left to get that sorted. If those reports are anything to go by, but yeah, I need to I was going to get that photo printed and then have the shirt that he had on and get it signed, but maybe we can sort that at another time. We'll have to see. Ben Speedy is the referee. Is he as fast as his name suggests? So we'll have to wait and see. But have we won the toss? I don't think we have won the toss, but we're not switching round. We're going to kick in the same way that we are facing. So we'll be kicking away from the travelling faithful for the first half and kicking back into them in the second when we're absolutely fucked and all the game is at the other side. Apologies for the language if you've got any young kids watching, but it should be an 18 this one, because there's lots of poor language, certainly when watching Sheffield Wednesday. Anyway, let's see if any more comments. Daz says, let's pretend we scored a goal. Are we at that stage yet? I mean, it's been, 5 games since we scored? A long time. Is it 5 games in all competitions, or is it 6 in all? I've lost count now. Keeley says, my son's gone today with his dad. He's very emotional at what could be Bannon's last game. Chef Cam says, if only games are 60 minutes long, I'd fancy us to get something here. We haven't been in them, haven't we, really? I mean, it's normally 1-0 at half time. It's either 0-0 or 1-0 at half time. And then after that, if it is 0-0, 60 minutes, 70 minutes is when teams normally get the goal against the Thomas pre-season. What's that? Utter woke nonsense. Big Rev's wise to make Barry Bannon the skipper. I mean, I think it would be more question marks if he wasn't the skipper, surely. If it was someone else. He's playing. Why not? Mark's gone with the standard 3-0 loss. Come on, Mark, bit of positivity. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. Just waiting for, I'm guessing, for the clock to tick to 3 o'clock so they can get the game underway. I don't know why they won't come out so early to do that. Surely it's not like it changes every week, is it? It's the same time every single Saturday, 3 o'clock. You should know what time you need to come out to get ready for that. But it looks like it's just about to get underway. Oh my God, I forgot how bad that camera angle is at Bristol City. It's like watching it on FIFA, isn't it? It's absolutely in the gods. It must be the worst camera angle in the world of football. Which is the other one that's like, I tell a lie actually, another one that's bad is at Luton, where it's literally on the touchline. In QPR, something similar as well, where it's like pointing straight down. So, yeah. Anyway. I'm not sure what I've got. I've got the commentary in my ear, but I'm trying to work out. I don't think the commentary is the commentary's totally different to the game, so I've no idea what's happened there, whether they've lost the commentary or not. But yeah, I'm just thinking to myself like that. That doesn't sound anything like what's happening on the pitch. Obviously, I weren't paying much attention because nothing deal was happening. Yeah, Luton's. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's like right on the camera angle's right on the touchline, isn't it? And when it's on the near side, it's like literally on top. You see Barry Bannon's bald patch. I know I have no need to talk. The light here looks like it's doing me a real disservice today, but can't be asked to shut the blind, if I'm being honest. Chef Cam says, once did a job at Bristol City. There's an owl logo in marker pen on one of those. Lovely job. Lovely. Things you like to see. We haven't missed anything. We've played a minute and a half at the moment. Let me get the scoreboard up. Why have I not got the... Can see it's a long time since I've done one of these. Not even got the scoreboard on. Let's get it on. Let's get the other one on. I don't like that little one. There we go. The scoreboard is up, and it's about 7 seconds off from what I can see. What have they called the stadium? The Robins. Is that the official name of Ashton Gate? Is it the Robins High Performance Stadium? Is that what it's called? It still says Ashton Gate on Wikipedia. I think they need to get that changed. Anyway, I digress, of course. Just another tangent that we go on this podcast. Andrew says, can't see us getting anything here. I mean, just that's us every week, isn't it? Phil just tuned in, and first thing I heard was when we were playing towards our own fans, when we're absolutely fucked. Perfect summariser. That's true. It is true. When we're kicking that way, we will be tired. Ball over the top from Bristol City. They're going to chase for it. Atugbayo goes down, and he's given away a corner. So it's an early corner for Bristol City as we speak. It's just a ball over the top. Ingleson's let it run, and Atugbayo gets across. It's Scott Twine. He bundles him over, and then hits him with his shoulder as he falls down. It is a corner. Scott Twine will take this corner, right-footed. Looks like it's going to be an outswinger. One arm aloft. Not sure what that means. If it's us, it means first man. And it means first man for Bristol City as well, as we head it clear. I'd love to know what them signals mean. I'd love to, if Baz or whoever it is could come out and say, yeah, one hand. I mean, I know that's kind of giving away the secrets, but I don't think they ever go where they're intended to go anyway. But, one hand aloft is back post, two hands is something else. I mean, I'd love to know what they actually... I mean, do the players actually know what they mean? That's the first thing. Or do they just do it? Is it just habit? Force a habit? Because you watch every corner. I'm going to keep an eye on that in this game. Dylan says, Bannon screamer from the halfway line incoming. You're in front on the... on time. Oh, Cooper. It was a tame effort, but Cooper spilled it, but luckily got it at the second attempt, and there's nobody rushing in. Kieran, Bristol City fan, just want to wish you luck against us today. Shame they're going to League One to miss playing away at Wednesday next season. Yes, mate, unfortunately we are heading into League One next season. Bristol City have it on the edge of the box. They've gone down. You've dived there, son. We've not got it away, though. It's Heskey that's struggled to get it clear. It's really testing your knowledge of the players here with this camera angle. You've got to know who they are, because you certainly can't say, oh, they... Yeah. Interesting there. Charlie McNeil just got done with a chest. And the commentary's just come back, by the way, so I'll be able to... I might be a little bit better. Yeah, Scott Twine just throwing himself to the ground. If that's not a foul, it's got to be a free kick. A yellow card for simulation, surely. You very rarely see those. Or as, fucking hell, Johnson slipped. It's just a pass across from Bannon, and Johnson, no idea if he's got ballet shoes on or something, but he just slipped on the grass. And then that's allowed Bristol City to get in. Yeah, it's just Bristol City, edge of the box, crossed it in. It's far too deep, and it's sailed straight over the bar. And it's going to be a goal kick. Nat says, afternoon, James, and the chat. Yeah, afternoon, Nat. Nice to see you in here. Thomas, need to get Izzy Brown, the dead ball expert, on the pod to explain the signals. Yeah, I still have nightmares about that one against Rotherham. The worst set piece I have ever seen in my entire life. Utterly dreadful. Dylan, what's the formation that we're playing? I've not really looked, to be fair. I'll try and make a note. As we take this goal kick. James, if all the transfer news is about us is true, will we even have a squad left? No, it doesn't seem like it, does it? It looks like we are playing Cads through the middle, Ingleson and Jamal Lowe kind of just behind in a wide role. It's Cads through the middle, and it'll be a 3-5-2 3-4-2-1, Christmas tree formation, 2 wing-backs, Johnson on one side, it'll be, is it Palmer on the other? Got McNeil as well, haven't we? Is it McNeil playing wing-back along with Johnson as well? Bannon comes out to Bannon on the edge of the box, out to Ingleson. Ingleson will go back to Johnson. Johnson's just switching it to the other side. We're going inside to Heske. Just holding possession at the moment. Just giving a few touches. We're just inside 10 minutes at the moment. Ball down to Ingleson, who's got 3 men on him, but he's managed to get past one of them, and he lets him get back, and the ball's gone out for throw, and it'll be a long signature. Is it? Can we say that? A signature Ingleson throw. Is this the day where we score from a Savante Ingleson throw-in? Has it happened this season? And on a postcard. I don't think it has it? I don't think we have actually scored from a Savante Ingleson throw-in, but this could be the day where that happens. Thomas, why does it look like McNeil at wing-back? Because I think that's where he's actually playing. Throws it in, Ingleson, deep. It goes into the 6-yard box. It's headed away only as far as Barry Bannon, who heads it back out to Ingleson. Ingleson, left-footed, strikes the City defender. It's a corner. What we're going for? One hand? One arm? 2 arms? What's the signal that Barry Bannon's going to give? Jack says, can't we find another Liera for free kicks? I have to see. I have to be scouting in that Spanish market. Chef Cam, proper studs for fuck's sake. None of these blades. Bannon will take it left-footed, just clips it in. 6-yard box. Ingleson goes up, doesn't win it. Looks like he stood on Scott Twine's foot. McNeil did a little trick, but it's gone straight to the Bristol City player. Heskey there to challenge, and the ball's gone out for a Bristol City goal kick. Just a peek behind the curtain as well. I've got 2 screens here. I've got my laptop with the game on, and I've rotated this monitor on its side as well, which looks a bit strange, but it's quite good. The scores, I feel like I'm in Sky Sports News. I've got all the scores for every single game, I feel. It's like the nerve centre. Same with the chat. I've got like 56 comments on the side of the screen. It looks brilliant. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you all. Right, has there been any goals in the Championship yet? Oxford are leading Leicester. QPR are beating Wrexham. Wrexham, of course, are next opponents next Saturday at home. Middlesbrough beat Preston 4-0 earlier in the lunchtime kickoff. Millwall also beating Charlton 4-0 in the London derby. I mean, they clearly don't need Barry Bannon, do they? Scored 2 goals, missed the penalty, and then scored 2 in the injury time. I'm guessing one of them was the rebound from the penalty. But yeah, don't need him. You don't need Barry Bannon. As we get a corner, I didn't look what the signal was. What's the signal going to be this time? Barry Bannon will take it, left-footed, of course. One arm aloft, left-footed, in-swinger. Oh, he's nearly scored from the corner. Keeper's had to punch it away. Back to Bannon again. Edge of the box. He's laid it off to Jaden Heske, who's found Ingleson, who's flicked it. Oh, he's just tried to poke it in for Jamal Lowe. Right idea, right thing to try and do. Just execution just wasn't there as Johnson's having a sketchy first 10 minutes. He's already been on the deck. The ball comes over there and he's totally misjudged it. Luckily, the ball just skipped through to Cooper in goal, but he needs to just settle down a little bit. Just needs to compose himself. He's been a little bit ragged so far. Daz says, J. James, there's a water shortage. You can't drink all that water. Hey, it's just, I need this. If anyone wants to sponsor the 2-pinter, then get in touch. You get good coverage on this podcast. I'm always drinking it. Not taken from the Sheffield Arena, may I add, at all. I'll be there tomorrow, actually. Will I be seeing anyone else there for the Sheffield Steelers? Getting some other sports in. That, I might actually see a team win, to be fair. Although I don't think they've been doing that well, to be honest, as Gabe Otubeyo just goes bundling into the back of Emil Rees. Daniel says, drinking water, you should be drinking something stronger. Well, depending on what the score is at half time, you never know. I might nip downstairs and get a few. Although I don't think I've got anything in. I don't think I've got any. But there's some bottles of wine in the cupboard. I know I've seen those. Not too keen on that though, to be honest. Ball over the top. Oh dear me. Oh, right. The ball's gone over the top. Cameron Pring has got into the box. Far too easy, to be fair, with the ball over the top. He's got up to Cooper, and I'm just going to watch the replay now. It's just a long ball over the top, skips on, and Charlie McNeil, he can't play that position, Charlie McNeil. And I don't know if they're going to be targeting that or not, but he's nodded it, and he's tried to play it with his right foot. He's knocked it wide, and then he's ran into Cooper, really. They're trying to say it's a penalty. For me, no way. The ball had already gone, and he just ran into him. But yeah, luckily the ref also agreed with me, and it was a goal kick. But yeah, Charlie McNeil playing right wing back isn't really the play, to be honest. But I suppose we haven't really got anyone else to play there. I suppose when Cooper comes back, Liam Cooper that is, maybe Palmer can be shoved out on that right hand side. But no, Charlie McNeil playing there isn't ideal, as Jamal Lowe with a proper striker's challenge there, late and clumsy, and he's just brought down the Bristol City man, and it's going to be a free kick that they've taken quickly. Johnny says penalty all day long. Are you a Bristol City fan, Johnny? Well, you can't be because your name's Johnny Owl, but that was never a free kick. Daniel says my son is going to the Steelers today and tomorrow. Yeah, I forget that footballers whinging and moaning that they can't play 2 games in a week, like the ice hockey. I was looking at the NHL, the hockey over in America. They play something like 85 games in a season, and it got me thinking, like, imagine Pep Guardiola whinging about that. Playing like back-to-back games, three or 4 games in a week. It's absolutely mental. They're just showing this replay again. That is not a penalty. Like, he's left his leg in there. He's played for the contact. Not a penalty for me. Their keeper's got it in. Jamal Lowe on the deck as well. I think they need to either Bristol City have heavily watered this pitch before the game, or they need to sort their boots out. They are definitely targeting this left-hand side with Charlie McNeil, because that ball again has just been down the left, and McNeil's got his foot to it, but it's going to be another corner. This time, Scott Twine will take it right-footed in swinger. Another one arm aloft. Last time this went to the front post. Is this going to be the same? Front post again, and it's cleared by Ingleson only as far as the edge of the box. Bristol City have it. Can we push them out? They've clipped it back out to Twine, who's in acres of space. He's fired it across the box. Jeering me. Get rid of it, man. It's giving a foul, but not sure what that was for. Neville, what time will the first shot on target be? Let's have a sweepstake. What time will our first shot on target be in this game? I'm going to say, what are we on now? 17 minutes. I'm going to go for I feel like we're getting somewhere. I think it's going to be 40 minutes will be our first shot on target. We haven't had any at the moment, no shots whatsoever. They've had 2 with 1 shot on target so far. 60-40 in terms of possession. Near as damn it. Commentators just talking about the atmosphere being really poor. I think Bristol City are very up and down, very inconsistent this season, and I think they're a bit flack from. That's a great ball, by the way. McNeil gets in behind, squares it. Oh, nobody there. That is the biggest problem. McNeil got in a fantastic position down that right hand side. Who's there? One player, Charlie McNeil. I know Santi Ingleson was coming. Jamal Lowe was also coming as well, but they've got to be quicker. They've got to get there. Either that, or McNeil's got to know that, and he's going to pull it to the back, pull it to the edge of the box. It's one or the other. I think the fact that we get so few chances, they've all got to count. And yeah, that ball across just met absolutely no one. Nat says 47th minute. Can't be arsed says 28 minutes. Daz has gone for 23. Richard says 83rd minute when we're 3-0 down. Dylan says we are not. I'm guessing that's we're not having it. No shot on target. Is that what you're saying? Basil Brush. I'm guessing that's what the Basil B stands for. Has gone for first shot on target. Probably August. Oh, you've had a laugh, or she'll cry. Chef Cam going to be a long afternoon for McNeil here. Yeah, he's gonna be targeted down that right hand side 100%. He's almost playing as a right back at the moment, as is their number 3's. Is it Pring playing so far up? McNeil's just getting absolutely pinned constantly, and the ball down his side. That's his man. Whips it in 6-yard box, edge of the box, swing and a miss. Well, he didn't miss it. He caught it, but didn't catch it just as well as he wanted to, and it's on sailing over the bar. Yeah, McNeil just can't defend, can he? That's just not his game. So it's just a total mismatch, and fair play to Gerhard Struber, who I believe it is his birthday today, the Bristol City manager. If he's identified that and said we need to target down that left hand side, again, like I said, fair play, because it's certainly working. They're getting so much joy down that side, and if there's going to be a goal from them, I'd have to say it's going to come down there. Again, anyway, bit of a miscommunication from the Bristol City players there as McCrory's tried to feed him in and on different wavelengths there. Old Geezer says hello from Rwanda. Wednesday Side Eye podcast going worldwide is all I'm going to say. Wabbit says good afternoon, mate. Mark thinks it's going to be the 89th minute when we get shot on target. Andrew's gone for the 37th. There's no prizes, by the way, just for pride, just for laughs. CC Bus, good morning from the States. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, you're welcome. Where is everyone listening from? Do let me know. Melissa says Sky now saying there is no deal agreed for Bannon. Melissa, I've given up. I've literally given up with that whole situation. I haven't got to Scooby-Doo what's happening, whether he's going, whether he's staying. I really hope he is. I really hope that Barry Bannon is staying at Sheffield Wednesday. I do also think that we need to look at moving on at some point, but now isn't the time. Like, now, if we can hold on to him, and if he can, if he can, if he can manage on $7,000 a week. I mean, I know it's on the breadline at those sorts of wages, but if he can manage, then yeah, I would much prefer to give him the send off that he deserves. A ball in the inside, too much on it, and we clear, but we can't get it. Can't get it out of our own half at the moment, as Bristol City still have it. Yeah, Chef lad, now is not the time. Yeah, agreed. Now is not the time. Peter's from sunny Blackpool. Andrew's in Woodsea. SWFC fans from North Sheffield. Beamer is from Cambodia. We've got one at Stocksbridge. Nats in Wakefield. Daniel's in Scarbados. As I said, worldwide. Jamal Lowe plays it out to McNeil, who tries to play the 1-2, but, Jamal Lowe wasn't expecting it, and also it was a poor pass as well, as Barry Bannon picks the ball up. He tries to jink inside. It's very, very scrappy at the moment as the ball's lifted up looking for Ingleson, who smashes two players out of the way. That's what you expect from Svante Ingleson. That is his game, and that's why I want to keep him next season in League One. I think he'll be fantastic. I'm not just saying League One's industrial. I think it's certainly a lot better than what it perhaps has been, but they're the types of players that you need. There's going to be some clubs next season coming to Hillsborough who will just try and rough us up, and try and do the dark arts and things. And I feel like you need someone like Callum Patterson was the prime example. The ball over the top looking for McNeil. I think he's offside, and the ball is going to stay in. The ball's struck against McNeil, and it's going to be a Bristol City throw deep into their half, probably 4 or 5 yards inside their half. But sure, when he takes it, he'll be about, 20 yards into his own half, I'm sure. Throw-in comes in. Headed away for another Bristol City throw. Old Geezer says it's 24-1 for a Sheffield double today. Chef Lad, genuinely haven't been interested watching the past few games, but can't miss this one if it's Baz's last game. Hopefully not. Heard Ingleson is off to Portsmouth, 900 grand reported on Twitter. I saw that, and Ingleson is on the ball now. Flicks it into side, looking for Kadamachi, but just can't find him again. No one in the box to look for. I just going back to that comment that I just brought up there, I have heard that one as well, but I looked and it's just from a Pompey fan. It's not from like their equivalent of Alex Miller or Joe Cran. So I'm not too sure if there's that much on that. We do know that there has been a bid of $250,000 put in that was rejected by Sheffield Wednesday. So, I'm sure there's some truth in it, but not too sure. And certainly if he's had a bid accepted, why is he playing today? He would be immediately pulled from the squad and he'd be off to Portsmouth to do whatever it may be. If the deal's agreed, I don't know what else needs to be done other than the personal stuff, which they won't be letting him play, put it that way, if a bid's been accepted. I thought when Valerie and Ingleson were said to have knocks, I thought, a little bit fishy this, given that there's interest in Valerie and Ingleson. As Bristol City come over on this, is that going to be a edge of the box? Bristol City have it, left-footed. Oh, he's wrong-footed, the keeper. The keeper's done well to get there. He's just palmed it out for a corner. But that was, a very unorthodox corner. I thought he was going to get a yellow card there, Otubey. It's come barreling in, and Johnson's headed it only as far as halfway. He's shaped up for the shot. He's played him out wide, and, in the end, Cooper's managed to get a hand on it. I don't know if it was just squeezing in that near post, but either way, it's a Bristol City corner that comes in right-footed again from Twine, and it's headed away by Ingleson, only as far as the edge of the box. Headed back in, headed away now by Heske. Head tennis as we try and get it away. Oh, that's a late challenge by Johnson, but the players are all over the shop. They need to sort the boots out at half-time, because they can't stay on the feet today. Cole's in Spain. Hope the weather's better. There's actually blue sky outside. I can't believe it. I haven't seen that for a few days. Dad says, I think Wednesday on the social media, how many people said they weren't going to go to another game this season if Bannon left and changed their mind, as they would lose thousands of pounds on the gate. I don't think people are going anywhere, Daz. But I did the numbers earlier. Bannon's wages are less than £150,000 between now and the end of the season. ticket prices. What's average ticket price? 30 quid. If you sell 10,000 tickets, that's 300 grand. We're not selling. I don't think at present we are not selling 10,000 tickets. But if Barry Bannon was to leave at the end of the season, we'd sell out. The last game of the season would be a sellout. The last 3 or 4 games would be a sellout at home, certainly, because people would not want to miss, the Barry Bannon's last game. So maybe that is the case. And if it is, so be it. Chef lad, what have you made of Heskey? Well, he played 10 minutes in that first game, just as his ball goes down the left hand side, and it's McNeil again. Ball comes in. It's edge of the box. Ingleson goes out there. He still can't quite get there as the ball comes in again. Cleared McGee, but it's back to Bristol City. We can't get the ball out of our own half at the moment. It's constant pressure from Bristol City. And you have to feel that it's going to be a goal that's coming very, very shortly. Oh, it's another late tackle. Like, tackles are coming flying in, and we're just like half a second too late every time. This time it's Ingleson that brings down their player, and if we're not careful, the ref's going to be starting brandishing a few yellow cards here just to try and calm it down, because there's just a few. I don't mind us being industrial. I don't mind us getting stuck in and being physical and things like that. But like I said, if we're not careful, we're going to be getting a few yellow cards. Just on Heskey, I think he looked good against Birmingham. I can't really tell much today, really. He's not got in the game much at all, but against Birmingham, he looked solid. He looked all right. He's just all right, I think is what you have to say. Twine's going to take it. It looks like they've got nearly every man forward for this free kick. It's come in. Oh, it's headed over the bar by. Is it Liam Palmer that's headed it away? I think it is. Yeah, Palmer's. I mean, if Palmer's not headed it, the other guy is on the penalty spot, unmarked. Nobody near him. So thankfully, Palmer managed to get that away. Scott Twine on every single set piece for Bristol City, by the way. Corner, free kick. I'm surprised he's not taking the throw-ins either. Oh, is it? Just a mix-up there. Earthy's passed it back to Twine, and it's a poor pass, and it's gone straight out for a throw. Thomas says, I've not been at all this season, but I'll be straight back to Hillsborough for Bazza's last game or games. Chef Lad says, if this is his last game, glad I can say I saw his last goal at Hillsborough, and what a crack that was. Yes, against Norwich. What a finish. Brilliant. It feels like ages ago, that goal, but yeah, still remember it quite well. Bristol City have another free kick, another poor free kick given away by Gabe Otubeyo. It's just going to show you again, Gabe Otubeyo he's just a bit clumsy, I find, Gabe. He's just a bit... He just needs to calm down a little bit. I know he's excited and eager to do well and stuff, but you've just got to calm it down. I'm happy to say as well, the stream seems to be holding up. I've no idea what I've done, but hopefully that lasts for the full duration as keepers come out, and luckily it's Palmer again who's headed it away from danger, but it's gone out for another corner. Murphy Cooper's come out, and to be fair, well played to Palmer. I'm not sure if Cooper's actually going to get there in the end. It's onto the back stick, and it's gone out for a goal kick for Sheffield Wednesday. Half an hour gone, still 0-0. We're yet to have a challenge, an attempt on goal. Not even any shot so far in this first half, but the last 10, 15 minutes have all been in our half. He just can't seem to get the ball away at the moment. We've had a couple of, I don't even want to call them chances. We've got a couple of opportunities that, where we've got down in their final third, and then, like I've said numerous times, nobody in the box to find. You're trying to look for one man against three. It's never going to work, is it, really? Unless it's a really good pass, which they've all not been. And again, the ball comes forward, and it's just gone And shepherded back to the goalkeeper who'll kick it long up to halfway. Able to Bayo hustling, but it's Bristol City who've got it with Twine. He's going to look on this right-hand side. He's going to get a cross into the back stick. He's got to deal with it. McNeil's done pretty well there, to be fair. To just dribble the ball away. He's played it up to Jamal Lowe. Back to goal. Up to Barry Bannon. Barry Bannon left-footed. It's a poor pass straight to Bristol City. You've got to look bad, Bannon, when you play them passes. Football 3503 says, I do think Valerie will be sold this week. That's why he isn't in the squad. Agreed. Yeah, he apparently had a knock, which, yeah, we can all believe that. Rangers he'll probably end up at, I think, personally, but we'll have to wait and see, as Otabeo does well there to defend against the Bristol City man. As Heskey just neat footwork, but he's given the ball away to Bristol City on halfway line. Again, we just can't get the ball out. Like I'd love to know how long the ball has been in our half. It feels like it's been for the last 10 or 15 minutes without any sort of pressure, really, as they've gone back. But it's only going to be a matter of time until they come forward. They've clipped it forward now. Gave Otabeo a poor touch. Another one as well. Come on, Wednesday. You've got to be better than this. Oh, they threw. Played it across the box. 6-yard. Fantastic save from Cooper. That had to be 1-0. Oh, he's still there. Kenny, what are you doing? Get it, son. Fucking hellfire. What's this all about? And it's lucky there. They've had 3 or 4 attempts there to get the ball in. I mean, I've got to give Cooper plaudits, but the second one, he just couldn't quite get hold of it, and he's let the ball spill away. Lucky there. Lucky it's not 1-0. It was just too easy down that right-hand side. They've squared it across, and was it Charlie McNeil again? We're going to get caught out with Charlie McNeil with his defending. God, it was just raggy arse Rovers at times there, and they've just smashed it over the bar. Good. I mean, it's a fantastic save in the first instance from Cooper. And then, yeah, the second one, he just didn't quite grab it. Got away with one there a little bit. So I'm just reading TW Football's analysis. It's always, if you don't follow him, TW Football 1867 on X. Always does some great analysis. It just shows you this Bristol City camera is brilliant. Tactical view, no excessive cutting to the manager, stroking the chins. Can see the full systems. Yeah, I can see it very good for someone who likes to look at the tactical element of it, but just from a pure visual point of view, it's absolutely dog shit. He says it's difficult at the back at times. We're battling hard, but there are some moments of success. Couple of corners, couple of nice balls through to the final third. By the standard of the season, this is okay. The ball over the top, looking for Charlie McNeil, who gets there, crosses it in, but once again, nobody there for him to aim at. It needs to be better. I know it's a fitness thing, but it's your job. Like, Cadamarci's done no tracking back. All right, I'm sorry if I've done him a bit of disservice there. He's got to be there looking for that ball across. It's just not there. Like, you've got Ingleson. Whenever McNeil gets the ball, he's playing wing-back, let's not forget. So he's had to bust the gut to get forward. When he gets that ball in that position, I want more than one man to aim at. You've got to have 3 men in there. You've got to you've got to make them chances count, because they're not coming off, and we're not even getting out of their half. So when we do, we've got to make the most of it. Charlie McNeil just blasts it, drills it low. I don't think that's what he meant. That was an awful corner, that one. Nearly, I said Izzy Brown is... corner was bad, but that was definitely up there. That was a poor corner. But it is another corner, though. We have got another attempt to redeem himself. Bannon's on the edge of the box, waiting for it. His 2 hands aloft for Charlie McNeil as this one comes in. That's in the 6-yard box. My God, who is that? Was it McGee? McGee and their number 4 just bear hugging each other in the 6-yard box. Pato with a hat trick for MK Dons. Things you like to see. (3-0) Shrewsbury. Penalty as well. Another one, left-footed. It's what's that? Who's fouled who? Who? 5 corners we've had. We must have had 400 corners since we last scored from one. Yeah, Bannon wins it high up the pitch. This is better. Palmer finds Jamal low. Look at Kanamarchi there. Cross it in. It's in. Oh. Ugh. Once again. Much, much better. Palmer's going to leave it. It's the throw-in. It's Ingleson that's going to take it. Johnny, I'll check the MK Don score. Yeah, I've seen it. 3-0. Pato hat-trick. Ingleson goes to throw it in, taking his time. Ingleson, long throw in, edge of the 6-yard box, nobody there, and it's cleared away by Bristol City, only as far as Johnson on halfway, who plays it into Heske. It's low, sorry, apologies. Johnson, all the way back to Cooper, who's in goal. Back to Cooper again. Right, let's just restart. Let's just see what we can do here. Ball through, up to Bannon. Bannon has it. Right, what can Bannon do with it? He's going to play Kanamarchi through. He's offside, surely. Yes, he was a mile offside. Mark says, I see it far too often. No one gets in a dangerous area when going forward. It's so frustrating. I know. And like I said before, that the fact that we have so few opportunities, we have to capitalise on them. And I don't know if it's a mentality thing, that they're just not aware of what's happening, or whether that's the thing. That's not a foul, by the way. That's never a foul. I never touched him. Well, it didn't look like he touched him anyway. But you've got to, for me, is that not something they work on in training? Like, surely you say, when I'm in this position, you need to be in X, Y, and Z. You know, if we are pulling them back to the penalty spot, that's what needs to happen, and the players need to be there. Or is it just hit and hope? Is it just, do we not work on that and just get into them positions? Is it just a blind cross across the box for aiming for no one? Just showing you the stats there. No shots, 3 touches in the opposition's box to their 9. Low loses possession on this left-hand side. Jinked inside by Pringle, edge of the box. They're going to shoot. They're trying to fashion a shot. It's offside. Free kick to Wednesday, and the danger averted. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Like I said, we haven't yet to have a single shot, but it doesn't feel like that type of game. I think we're just trying to frustrate Bristol City, and I suppose it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because if we were to go ahead, I feel like they would just go up another gear and really make it difficult for us. Whilst ever it's 0-0, on one hand you're going to say, well, we've got a chance. You know, I don't think we'll be able to take the lead and hold the lead. I think it'll be very, very difficult to do that. So whilst ever it's 0-0, we've got a chance, but also we also know that when we get to 60 minutes, we get tired. And you look at the bench, and who have we got on the bench to come on? I'm looking at no one. Like you're looking at it. All right, you might say Kabatski and Redmond. Redmond plays about 5 minutes and looks absolutely bollocks. Kabatski's been injured for 6 months or however long it's been. It feels like an absolute age. So he's not going to be fighting fit. And then you've got Cooper when you bring a centre back on to change a game. Okay, we've got Onik Woolley. When he's come on, he's looked bright and a lot of pace, but we don't know what he really offers. So yeah, it's difficult, and it's almost like we are playing for the end game, but knowing that we're not very good in the end game either. Look, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Do get all your comments coming in, of course. I will try and read as many out as I possibly can. We'll get your thoughts on everything at half time as well. Do I do a Twitter Spaces at half time? Why not? Probably. Then we get that all set up for half time. Oh. Pring's gone down, holding his knee. It's Heskey that brought him down. Again with another industrial challenge. I'm just going to see a replay of it here. Pring comes inside, and yeah, he's late. He's late, really late challenge, to be honest. Old geezer, 5 corners has to be a recent record. I think we do actually have quite a few corners, to be fair. It's just we don't do anything with them, do we? To be honest. I'll have a look. I'll have a look how many corners we tend to have in the games. Also, I'm annoyed that FB Ref, for people that look at the analysis side of things, FB Ref has been a staple for all this sorts of analysis and things. It's a short free kick, back to Twine. Not really anything doing there. Twine looks to get it in as we clear it up to halfway, but nobody there to pick up possession. Right, let's have a look. How many corners do we have? I will find it in a second. Miscellaneous stats, is that where it is? Corners, here we go. Oh, that's crosses, not corners. I've no idea. I can't find it. I'm sure I thought it'd be quite easy. I thought I was looking at corners. I'm not. I was looking at crosses. I thought 27 corners in a game. That doesn't sound right. Clearly, it wasn't either. Anyway, Ingleson comes forward on his left-hand side. Once again, nobody to aim for. He's had to check back on his right foot, and it's going to go all the way back to halfway, and it's going to go all the way back to the keeper. Ingleson's had the ball, inside the 18-yard box on that left-hand side. He's turned back onto his right foot, and in 3 passes, the ball's gone all the way back to the keeper. Again, we haven't had a shot today. We're in 45 minutes. We're in added time. It's got to be better. It just has to be better than that. But anyway. If you want to come up and have your say as well and come and have a chat to me, head over to X at WTID Pod, and I've got the Twitter Spaces that is open that you'll be able to join. We've got about 10 or 15 seconds left of this first half. It's been a bit of it's not been a spectacle, put it that way, as Bristol City look to come forward, and Gabe Otabeo comes across and clears it out for a throw in. There's boos coming out from the Bristol City end, and I think a job well done in terms of we frustrated Bristol City. It's not been pretty, it's not been great, but we've made it difficult for them. The Bristol City players run off, all the Wednesday players trudge off, which let's not use all his energy up. Do you know what I mean? We ain't got much of it. But yeah, what do you make to that first half? Do let me know. Thanks everyone that's joined over on X Spaces. Great to see you over there. Press that request to talk button and come and have a chat. If you're over on YouTube, do get in the comments and let me know what you think to what you've seen in that first half. I mean, it doesn't look for great viewing, does it, when you look at the stats? I'm just going to run through some of them. 65% possession for Bristol City, 6 shots to our none, 2 shots on target. Of course, we've had none. It says that they've had 2 big chances. I'm guessing one of those was that one that was squared across the box where brought a fine save from Murphy Cooper. Should have been 1-0 to Bristol City if we're being perfectly honest. And yeah, 11 corners in that first half, 6 going the way of Bristol City and 5 for us. Passing being a bit wayward, only 66% completed passes. We've only completed 90 passes versus their 214 in that first half. If you're an XG fan, their XG is just over 1, which, to be fair, if you think of the chances that they've had, certainly that one that was 6 yards out, or I think it was less than 6 yards out, wasn't it, when it came to him, should have done a lot better. And it should have been 1-0, but it isn't. It's still 0-0, and we still do have a chance. The problem is, you look at the bench, and what have you got? What have you got on the bench to change it? Like, there's literally nothing, is there, really? Yeah, like I've just been mentioning. Olaf Kabatsky could potentially come on, but he's been out for God knows how long. Was it the last game that he played? I want to say Wrexham. He's certainly not played many games since then, so I'm not really going to be looking at him and thinking, yeah, he's going to be one that's going to come on and start turning it on. You know, Nathan Redmond has played less than 90 minutes of football since he arrived. I think that's in 5 appearances as well. He plays 10 or 15 minutes, and that is it. I'm just looking actually when Olaf Kabatsky's last game was, because I'm pretty certain. I know he played against Wrexham in that 2-2 draw. He must have played in another one because he's made 4 appearances. No, he played 20 minutes against Leicester, 24 minutes against Stoke. He played in that draw against Wrexham. That was his start, and then he started in the 2-0 defeat to Swansea at home, and then that's it. He's been out ever since. He's missed. That was in middle of September, so end of August that we've not seen him. So he's going to be a bit ring rusty. So yeah, we'll have to see. Do get in the comments. Do let me know what you made to that first half. Daz has said at half time they need to bring on 3 substitutions before Bristol score, and then bring on 2 more during the second half. The thing is, Daz, who do you bring on? Literally, you look at that bench: Stretch, Emery, Liam Cooper, Thornton, Shipston, Kabatsky, Redmond, Onik-Woolley, and Moses. You've got 2 centre-backs, which aren't going to change. You know, you're not going to bring those on. They're not really going to change the game. Thornton, he's not a game changer. He's very much a, he's just been a 7 out of 10 when he's been playing. And I don't think Heskey and Bannon have done anything wrong in the middle to warrant them coming off. Same with Rio Shipston. He's not. Again, he's not a game changer. Like I said, Kabatsky and Redmond maybe. But then on it, you look at the bench. There's nothing on there to do anything. I think the reason why, and I see people getting really, really frustrated with Henrik not making the changes, but literally they're just not good enough versus what we've got on the pitch. The 11 that are out there are the best players that we've got. Like them or not, unfortunately, that they are the best players. You look to the substitutes that we've got, and they're just simply, like I said, they're just simply not good enough to make any sort of difference. And whilst every game's tight like this, you look what happened in the is it the Portsmouth game or the Birmingham game? But it was the Portsmouth one. Man, 3 changes and he conceded a goal, like literally straight away as well. And he's damned if he does, and he's damned if he doesn't. Old Geezer says, what was the name of the stats base you use? I've been using FBref, Geezer, but they've pulled I think Opta have stopped serving the data to. And if you're into that sort of stuff, have a look. There's a big article basically on why it's happened. It's something to do with the betting companies have kind of put a stop to that. Obviously, data or betting companies are probably the biggest customers to data. But yeah, It used to be great. It used to come out kind of like, I don't know what time, but by the next morning, there was usually like in-depth information in terms of like XG, everything from, progressive passes in terms of how many yards, loads of really in-depth stuff that you could look at, but it's all gone now. So, which is a crying shame. Daz goes on to say, this is what's been happening. Most first half, the second half where it goes to shit past 60 minutes, and then we make a substitution after the opposition score. Andrew says, keep saying we're better without the ball and we've been okay. But Mark agrees. Mark's right though. No creativity up top again. We get into that final third. I mean, Ingleson's had it down that left-hand side a few times. He's failed to get the ball across. McNeil's had it down that right-hand side a few more times, let's be honest. He's got the ball across a few times, but to nobody. And it's just showing you that Bristol City chance again. I think it's McNeil who's at the back stick, and to be fair, McNeil going down and falling down probably actually puts off the Bristol City player and probably helps him in missing it, to be honest. Melissa says it'll be the same as the Birmingham game. We'll concede at 70 minutes. So a little bit later, when at 81 minutes, I think Birmingham scored. I don't know what you mean. All the games feel exactly the same. It's literally rinse and repeat. Hopefully this one changes. It is 0-0 at half-time. We are in with a chance. How many times this season have I just totally written off Sheffield Wednesday before a ball's even been kicked? And I think most people have, if we're being perfectly honest. And credit to them, it is still 0-0. They've had, I said, that chance from 6 yards out was probably their biggest and best chance of the half. It should be 1-0. They'll be kicking themselves that it's not. But it's still 0-0. So we are still in it. Daz says Board got all the rights now for the stats. Yeah, well, the club, I'm sure, have all the stats that they need. They say, nah, then people, is Bazza 100% leaving after this match? They say, no idea. If you'd have asked me this yesterday, at this time as well, I'd have gone 100% he is. Now, I haven't got a clue. I literally don't know. We've got Andy Giddins saying that Barry Bannon's told all the players that tomorrow, as in today, will be his last game. And then today we've got Rob Staten saying that Millwall haven't made an offer. And I totally appreciate that both statements can be true. Millwall might not have made an offer, a formal offer for Barry Bannon. And he also could have told them yesterday that he's leaving. He didn't say, I am leaving and I'm going to Millwall, as far as I'm aware. But it does seem very messy at the moment, doesn't it? Like, literally nobody has a clue what's happening. I said it at the start of the show. I said it a bit earlier on as well. I do think a little bit of clarity is needed because we as Sheffield Wednesday fans have been through the ringer, I feel, in this last 12 months. Ever since that, well, I mean, to be fair, let's be honest, it's been quite some time, hasn't it, under our previous regime. But I think when you look at kind of ever since the fans forum that he did back in January, and when he come out and said that, Danny Röhl has been approached by Southampton, and then there was all that kind of episode, like from that point onwards, because let's not forget, this time last season, we were like 9th, 10th. We were like hovering around the playoffs. I can remember myself and Matt actually, I've quite embarrassed to say this really, but me and Matt actually said, with a few additions in the summer, in the January transfer window, we might actually get top 6. I actually can't believe I said that literally 12 months ago. And look at where we are now. 11 points in the season, -7 as a total after getting, deducted 18 points. Fast track into League One next season. No players. Captain potentially leaving. And all that's happened in 12 months. Has there been a decline of any club as quick as what ours has been? If there has been, show me, because I don't think there has. James says, what's the point in getting Redmond in when he's not even good enough to get in the starting 11? I mean, the only thing on that is it's just a punt, innit? Who's going to come? Who's going to come to Wednesday on the wages that we can offer, which is not a lot? And yeah, it's not worked, has it, at all? He hasn't started a game for us. He can't even play 20, 25 minutes. I'm sure I could run around for 25 minutes. No, more than what he can. I'm nearly 18 stone. Although the diet is going well, by the way. If anyone was in, I've nearly lost a stone since January the 1st. I did have a Chinese though. I mean, look, after all that news that happened yesterday, I think I would. You can let me off from having a Chinese. Although I did share it with the wife. We didn't have as much as what we normally do. So give me a little bit of a pat on the back. Matt says rumours are that the medical plan for tomorrow at Millwall. Yes, I've seen that. It was the journalist that reported that. I can't remember who it was now, but I will find it because Joe Cran retweeted that one earlier. I should know. I did mention him earlier. Let's have a look. Joe Cran, Mike McGrath tweeted 3 hours ago at 10:01 this afternoon. Millwall have scheduled medical for Barry Bannon tomorrow. Move says more about Sheffield Wednesday and its current state than an incredible servant to the club. Farewell to the fans today versus Bristol City. But there's been so many conflicting bits of information, haven't there, really? Looks like Bristol City are going to be making a change at half-time. They've got one of their players doing a bit of a extended warm-up. Number 30, whoever that is, for Bristol City. I'm going to have a quick look if we can. Number 30 for Bristol City is it's Armstrong. It's Sinclair Armstrong, former QPR man. How many goals has he got? 3 goals to his name so far this season. 27 appearances he's made, so he's made quite a few. I think I don't know why Bristol City signed him. He'd only scored 3 goals for QPR, and they signed him last season. He only scored 3 goals for Bristol City. I mean, he's got 3 goals now, so maybe he's going to get a few more. But he didn't do anything anywhere in his career. I mean, he's only young, 22 years old, but yeah, he's going to be coming on as the Bristol City players do make their way out. Looks like we're going to be keeping them waiting for us. A bit more dark arts. We were certainly trying to waste time in that first half, and Ingleson was getting told off a few times, so it's going to be interesting whether he gets a yellow card or not. Probably he does, because, well, it's us in it, really. But massive thanks, everyone, for joining over on the Twitter Spaces. Really appreciate it. I am over on YouTube, so go and join me over there and watch or watch me watch the second half. Get involved in the chat over on YouTube as well. It's always great to hear from people. But the Wednesday players have just come out for the second half, so I'm going to leave it there, and we'll see you all over on YouTube. Right, let's get ready for this second half. No changes for Sheffield Wednesday, but Sinclair Armstrong is the man that's coming on for Bristol City. I'm not sure who it is that's going to be making way just yet, but I'm sure we'll find that out in a second. But is it going to be Emil Rees? He's just lifted his top up to do his shorts, and I must say his body looks exactly like mine. Number 44 is the man that's going to be making way for Bristol City, which is George Earthy, the man who they've got on loan from West Ham, I do believe. They had him last season. He was their young player of the year. He went back, and he's obviously come back to Bristol City for the second half of this season. But yeah, he's gone off and to be replaced by Sinclair Armstrong. So it looks like there's probably a bit of a change in formation, maybe, because Armstrong's a more out-and-out number 9, whereas Earthy, I think, is a bit more of a attacking midfielder. So we'll have to wait and see. Have they gone 2 up top? Emil Rees, Armstrong and Twine up there? We'll have to see. But no changes for Wednesday. It's as we were. So that's Murphy Cooper in goal, Liam Palmer, Gabe Otubeo, Cole McGee, Reece Johnson, and Charlie McNeil. Kind of Reece Johnson and Charlie McNeil as your wing backs. Heskey and Bannon in the middle. Then we've got Ingleson, Jamal Lowe, and then Bailey Cadamartre leading the line through the middle. We are now kicking towards the Sheffield Wednesday fans, 1,500 of them that have made the long trip down to Bristol today, or some maybe have gone last night. I know Matt went last night. Matt's got family down there, so he's fairly lucky. It wasn't that bad of a journey for him this morning. But yeah, is this going to be Barry Bannon's last game for the club? I have no idea whether it is or not. I can't tell you. A really industrial challenge from Jaden Heskey. This time it was well timed, and we win possession. But the ball's gone over the top, looking for Ingleson. But it's a poor pass, to be fair, and that's a poor goal kick. Gone straight up in the air, and they've fumbled it. Have they kept it in play? No, they haven't. It's a Sheffield Wednesday throw-in, about 30, 35 yards out. It's going to go back to Cole McGee on halfway, who plays it inside to McGee, to Heskey, takes out two of their players. Palmer striding forward. McNeil choke on his boots on this right-hand side. Inside again. This is one thing that frustrates me. He's played that ball inside to Jamal Lowe. What the fuck is he doing there? I want him further forward as we come down his left-hand side. Johnson got his feet mixed up a little bit, and he's tried to cross it across the 6-yard box. He's got it a little bit wrong, and it's on straight to the goalkeeper, but didn't quite get it right, did he, Johnson, there? Let's come to some of the comments again. You've got James Colton in here. I reckon there's something wrong with the board takeover that the administrators aren't telling us. It was going to go through. Why would they be selling off players for cash to keep the club going? James, I've heard so many rumours, and Bailey Cadamartre gets the ball into the box, plays it across front post, and the keeper saved it, and it's gone out for another corner number 6 of the game. A good play, that. Little 1-2 with McNeil and Cadamartre. He's got into the box, used his strength, and he's run out of space, and he's tried to get it across, and the keeper's had to put it behind for a corner kick. Bannon, left-footed. Oh, he's gone to Jamal Lowe. Jamal Lowe's clipped it in, headed up in the air. Can we do something with it? Armstrong gets it away. Headed up in the air again by McGee. Armstrong again with a header. Barry Bannon looks to mop it up, and it's all the way back to... Is that McNeil who's got it? McNeil, the furthest man back. Cole McGee, nice little pass inside. Looking for Reece Johnson, but Bristol City have to kick it out of play. Nice little bit of pressure in this early in this first half. 3 minutes in. Ingleson, long throw. Can we do something? Can we cause a little bit of chaos in that 18-yard box with this throw? Throw comes in, looking for the 6-yard box. Once again, headed away and cleared by Bristol City. But this time it's going to be a throw-in on the other side. I'm sure, is Ingleson going to take this one, or is it going to be McNeil? It is going to be Ingleson that takes it. He'd be knackered, Ingleson. He's had to run from one side to other. He will take the ball off the cone. The dry ball, I'm guessing, for this long throw. It's muddiest I've seen the players for a long time. That pitch isn't... it's into the 6-yard box, headed away again. Back to Ingleson. Can we get the ball in? McNeil. Headed away. And now cleared by Bristol City. Do you know what? This has been much better in this first half. In the first part of the second half, should I say. We're actually getting a bit of possession. Ball has gone all the way back to the keeper. We're just trying to play some neat passing, but we've got caught out a little bit. And Sinclair Armstrong barges into the box. What a save! Wow! Jesus Christ, the ball's come in. I think it's Armstrong. It's got a deflection. Murphy Cooper's totally wrong-footed. And as he's gone down, he's just flicked his right foot in the air, and Oh, dear me. He's kicked it wide of the goal. Oh, my God. How he's done that, I have absolutely no idea. Corner comes in. Murphy Cooper's come, but he's not got it, and we have cleared it up to halfway, and it's going to come straight back. But they've elected to go all the way back to the keeper. It's a poor pass as well. Some moans and groans from the Bristol City faithful as they're putting him under some pressure here. Oh, it's a late challenge. Cadamarchi's caught him late, and I have to say, I think their centre-back, Rob Dickey's made a bit of a meal of that, to be honest, but they have won a free kick and alleviated a bit of that pressure. Just going to have a look at some scores in the Championship. Birmingham City 1, Stoke 0. Blackburn and Watford are drawing 1-1. I was just about to read our score out then. Yeah, it is 0-0. Bristol City, Sheffield Wednesday, if you didn't know. Hull 2, Swansea 0, and it's annoying me how well Hull are doing at the moment. Leicester 0. It's still Leicester 0. Oxford 1. QPR beating Wrexham 1-0, and Ardea Neighbours are beating Ipswich 2-0, and it's a free header from Scott Twine from about 12 yards out. He's headed it downwards, but he's headed it downwards and wide, thankfully for us. But he's unmarked, absolutely unmarked. Not a soul near him. But he's played it in, and they've got 3. Gabe Otabeo's tied up with his man, and it's 3-on-2 in terms of Bristol City players against ours in the 18-yard box. Now, if we're not attacking, then surely we must be defending, or doing neither. Michael says, is the Barry Bannon situation down to club finance, or is it just rumours, no truth behind it? Well, my understanding is it's not down to finance. My understanding is that Barry Bannon asked for assurances on his future, and he wasn't given any. So, therefore, he's obviously, I'm guessing his agents looked around, sniffed around, and tried to find him a deal. Millwall were definitely interested in the summer, so I suppose that's the first place you go to, and yeah, that is my understanding. Because if it's purely financial, it makes no sense. I know there's been a reported £400,000. The Star said it could be a free transfer, so, and his wages are less than 150 grand between now and the end of the season, so it doesn't make sense. Like, he's not an asset, and he's not a player that's on a big wage either. So, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Is the top and bottom of it. Bristol City do come forward. McGee just swings a footed shot from inside the box, but it's blocked once again. Cadamarchi's been fouled, and we can alleviate a bit of pressure. That's a yellow card, referee. Surely kicking the ball away. Randall, the former Plymouth man. Johnny says, who did he ask, though? Preferred bidders aren't supposed to have contact. I have no idea, Johnny. I ain't got a clue. I don't know. I'm just relaying what I've been told. I'm guessing he asked the administrator. I don't know. I have no idea. The other thing as well, they're not supposed to, but how can you stop it from happening? You know what I mean? They haven't actually made a decision, have they? They can just say what their plan will be if they do come in. Ball over, Cadamarchi, keeper's come, but he's gone back. Cadamarchi crosses it in. Oh, it's just a shit cross every time. Ingleson out to McNeil. McNeil finds Palmer. Palmer clips it in. Headed away from the 6-yard box. Heskey to Bannon. Heskey out to McNeil. McNeil into Bannon. To Heskey again. Lovely passing on the edge of the box. No! It was good football that from the edge of the box, but once again, it's just one extra pass too much. You know, I don't think anyone was ever going to get there. Chef Cam says Bannon's value to us on the park is higher than anything we could recoup. Agreed. Just if it was just a bit of excitement more than anything between now and the end of the season. Nah, this ref just gives every little shitty foul. It's like meme, innit? Go out there and make it about you. He's like always pointing into the mirror. Bristol City just enjoying a little bit of possession. It's been, we're 10, 11 minutes into this second half. And actually, we've probably been the better side. Well, I don't know. They did have a chance, didn't they? They had a couple of chances, but we've had a bit more of the pressure. As the ball goes over the top, keeper does come out this time, and he's played it inside. And can we get there? Heskey just smashes into his man. Oh, Otto is crouched down, and looks like Sinclair Armstrong's caught him in the face. Spliff said, is my messages working? Yeah, they are, mate. Andrew said, Giddings said he had a source that told him, wouldn't have thought he says, oh, if it wasn't certain. That's it, like, I mean, it could still have happened. Bannon might have thought that he were going. I don't know. It's all a mess, mate. It's all a mess. All a mess. Otterbeo's just receiving a bit of treatment. Some of the players have gone over to Henrik. He's got his board out. He's got his little yellow and blue counters on his magnetic board. I'd love to know what they actually tell him. He's giving instructions to Palmer at the moment, moving his little counters around. Is this going to be the game? Oh, it's a bit of blood that's been attended to on Gabe Otterbeo's, looks like left hand side of his head. He's sat up though. He's could be a little bit dazed. I mean, we have got a couple of centre backs on the bench if we need to look at them. We've got Liam Cooper back in the fold, back in the squad for the first time since I want to say Preston around Christmas when he got injured in the warm up. And Joe Emery as well, another youngster. I mean, that would be a very young centre-back. Well, two young and one old. Liam Palmer, of course. I mean, he's already young anyway. We ought to be 20-year-old. Emery, 18, I think it is. Good old Vaseline. Get the Vaseline on and get that. Get that wound sorted. Jamal Lowe picking up some instructions. I think it says run. Otterbeo is up. Armstrong gives him a bit of a pat. Make sure he's all right. But yeah, he's going to have to come off for a short period. It looks like Nathan Redmond's trotting off to do a bit of warming up. Whether or not he's going to be called upon at some point. Commentators are talking about the atmosphere at Ashton Gate, saying it is poor. They already said that earlier on. It clearly hasn't improved at all, and I suppose it's not going to, is it really, when they're still 0-0 against the side that's the foot of the table, as Bannon just clips it straight out of play, almost rugby-esque, playing for touch. Ingleson clips it forward, looking for Cadamarchi. Can he get there? Cadamarchi battling hard. Go on, son, get there. Oh, it's going to be a corner. That would, you know what? Fair play for Cadamarchi. That ball looked absolutely lost when it came over, but he made something of it and nearly got there in the end. Great battling from Cads to get in front of his man, and man, Bristol City were fortunate there to get away with that one. Charlie McNeil is going to take this corner right-footed. It looks like it's going to be an in-swinger. Can this be better than his last one? Can this get over the first man this time? He's flipped it in, back stick. It's going to be a fucking course. It's going to be a foul. The Bristol City are in a hurry. They're trying to take everything as fast as they can. The crowd are really getting on the backs. The crowd are booing and getting agitated as time's ticking on. They're not liking what they're seeing here, and I think that's got to be a credit to Sheffield Wednesday. Really, got to be a credit to them players that are out there that we've actually stopped them from playing. But they are coming forward on this right hand side. Cross comes in. It's going to be a corner for Bristol City. Corner number 75 of the game. Also, it feels. 15th corner. 8 to Bristol City. 7 to us. Twine takes it short. Not looked at. It's tried to clip it in, but it's blocked. But it's still Bristol City. Look to get it in. Looking for the back stick. They've won the header. It's popped up straight in the air. And it's gone out for another goal kick. Birmingham spoke about how poor they are from set pieces. Looks like Bristol City are equally as bad at the moment. Having said, I mean, that could be the commentator's curse there, couldn't it? And it could be, they could probably score from a set piece now I've said that. But anyway, when he's just stroking it around at the back, inviting a bit of pressure on here. I think they're trying to draw Bristol City in so we can kind of catch them on the break. Jaden Heskey plays it forward. Can't find Cadamarchi, and it's Bristol City that come away with it. Trying to put them under pressure here. Charlie McNeil's having to race back over to that right-hand side. Has to be a change in... it looks like McNeil and Jamal Lowe have switched. Jamal Lowe seems to be playing right wing back at the moment, or at the moment, full back, as it looks. Ball down this right-hand side, Bristol City. Can they get the cross in? McCrory, left-footed, crosses it in. It's a header, and it's a goal, 1-0. Scott Twine with the goal. They've not looked good in this second half, but they've finally broken the deadlock. It was McCrory on this right-hand side. I'm going to see a replay in a second. McCrory on the right. He just cuts in on his left foot. He crosses it in. It's a great cross. Just watching it now. Ball down the right. Johnson's just not quick enough to get there. It's a left-footed cross, and is it Palmer? Palmer's just underneath it. He's not. Twine's just got in between the two defenders. I'm going to see it again from this other angle. Yeah, Twine's just pulled off Palmer. I'd like to see it again and probably slow it down a little bit as well, just to see what's happened there. But nobody's picked him up. Nobody's picked Twine up. He doesn't know he's there. Nobody's touched tight to him. And it's a cross that's come in, and he's headed it. Keeper's absolutely no chance. 6 yards out. You're always going to score from there. But yeah, again, it's not dealing with the cross, and no challenge on the header. Scott Twine's all his Christmases have come at once, and once again after that 60-minute mark, 64 minutes. Is the official time when that went in. Do you know what, as well? Henrik's going to say, and I'm sure he's going to say, we've tried to be a bit braver in this second half. We've tried to go for it a little bit more. And I thought we'd given the ball away there. This is it now. Bristol City the shackles are gonna come off, and they're gonna really go for the jugular now. I can tell, as most teams do when they go 1-0 up against Wednesday. We've come back twice this season to get a point. One was against Wrexham. I think the other one was Birmingham. Both 2-2 draws. We still haven't had a shot on target. We haven't had a shot. We haven't had a single shot. It's so annoying, isn't it? Because whilst the game's 0-0, you're trying to look at the positives and you're trying to give as much positivity as you possibly can to the performance that you're seeing on the pitch. And as soon as you go a goal down, the complexity just totally changes. And then you find yourself chasing the game, and we just don't have anything to chase. We can no longer start passing the ball across the back, the back three or back to the keeper, because it's just not good enough. Ball goes across to Jamal Lowe, who plays it out to Palmer, who looks for McNeil. Can he get across in the box? He can, but it's gone straight back off him. And it's going to be a throw-in for Bristol City. And this is the point now where you think everything's going against you. The lads have got to keep their heads up. But I think the problem is they've been here so many times this season already. I think it must be 19 or 20 times that we've been losing this season. And like I said, we've come back twice to draw a game. Ah, dear. Johnny, 6 yards out, centre of the goal, and centre-backs aren't even close. Yeah, I know. Neville says 65 minutes, still no shots on goal. Andrew, yeah, and he'll say the boys' side, well, they are good humans, blah, fucking blah. Phil Starr, Twine has pulled off Palmer. Haha. I didn't even realise I said that. I told you for 18s only, this this watch-along. Mark, yeah, let's blame Henrik for Bristol City scoring, yeah. I don't think substitution's the reason why we've conceded a goal. The Bristol City crowd have it's a shot, it's headed, it should be 2-0. Should be 2-0. It's a shot from the edge of the box. Does well to save it initially, but nobody's followed it up whatsoever. The Bristol City man's there. I think, has it been given offside? I'm not too sure, but he's headed it over the bar nonetheless. Oh dear. This club, man, honestly, like, he's not actually offside, to be fair. Sinclair Armstrong is, but the lad who heads it isn't. It's just one player going one way, one player going the other. Who is it that's, I can't see who it was that was supposed to be marking him, but he just totally left him. And I think I've heard Dom saying, I think it is a mental thing now, making mistakes, not quite tracking back as well as he should. Obviously, when the team don't concede, you get away with it, don't you, really? But when you do concede a goal, Colin McGee's just headed it straight into the path of the Bristol City player, and Sinclair Armstrong has it. He's played it out to the left-hand side. They look to get the cross in the box. He's checked inside. He's sold him for a hot dog. Lays it onto the edge of the box. It's a poor pass, to be fair. Couldn't quite run onto it, but they've still got it. Scott Twine now looks to strike it with his right foot. Feints. They've still got it. They're probing on the edge of the box, and they get inside now. Oh, God, what are you going to do? Get rid of it, son. Ball comes forward. It's just going to come straight back because we've got no one. All our players are literally camped in well inside our own half. We can't get out at the moment. Dunoid says some good saves from Cooper today. Yeah, I agree, but all to no avail, innit, really, at the end. Melissa, same old. I said it would be 70 minutes, but it was a few minutes earlier, yeah. Liam Cooper is going to be coming on, as is Nathan Redmond, the 2 free transfers that we signed back in October, November. McNeil is one of the players that is going to make way, and the other one is Jamal Lowe. So Jamal Lowe and McNeil both come off. Liam Cooper and Redmond come on. So two attacking players for a defensive player and a winger. So I think Palmer's going to play that wing back role now. So we're going to have Cooper, Otikbayo, and McGee in that defence. I don't think they're going to change the formation. Yeah, we are going to stay in that same formation, and it is Palmer that's now playing the position that Charlie McNeil was playing. McGee does well to get away, plays it into Heskey, playing in that defensive midfield role. Nice little pass in there. Ball's being whipped out from Johnson, looking for Palmer, who's got his skates on. Is he going to get there? No, he's not. Don't foul your man, Palmer. Fucking stupid. Like, there's no point in doing it. He's going absolutely nowhere. He's facing his own goal. Just shepherd him out of play. He could have won a throw-in. But instead, it brings him down. Fuck's sake. Neville, 5 shots on target this year. Never going to score if we're not getting shots on goal. I mean, Neville, we haven't even had a shot, mate. Let alone a shot on target. Not even had a shot. So, and now it's Bristol City's turn to run the clock down. Jack, why are we bringing on Cooper, for fuck's sake? Is he going up top? No, he's not. He's going in that back 3. Bristol City have it. They've gone wide right. They've just played out of problems. Barry Bannon's been beaten in a foot race by their number 2. Bristol City have just switched play over. This is left-hand side. They're coming forward. We aren't any challenge on him. Header. It's a good save. Another free header. It's just too easy. The problem is when we go 1 goal down, the other team, like, this happens all the time, doesn't it? Every game, 60 minutes, we concede a goal. Like, we've seen this play out must be 10 times this season. And the problem is when we go behind, like, we've played fairly conservatively to get to this point of the game being 0-0. We concede a goal and we just don't have anything. We're tired, both physically and mentally, and then we go a goal down. So we've got to raise this game to try and get back into it. And when you've had whilst you've been playing quote unquote better, and you've not had a shot, and then now you're expecting to suddenly score a goal when you've not even, their keeper literally has done fuck all. Like, I don't know. I need to not get frustrated about these things. Mark says Henrik is a scapegoat for the fan base to target this season. Dunoid says 3 a.m. here in Adelaide, still waiting for that goal or even a shot on target. Forever hopeful. Dylan says we've been playing so bad this season. Why not change the tactics and play Barry Bannon? Or play to Barry Bannon's strengths. I think the starting lineup and the formation and the tactics kind of pick themselves. I mean, I don't know, Dylan. What would you do differently? I don't know. I know you're probably going to say play Barry Bannon further forward, but who then plays in Barry Bannon's position? You'd have Heskey and Shipston or Heskey and Thornton in that midfield. It gets overrun as it is. Otikbayo with a challenge, wins the ball, and Barry Bannon sprays it outside on this left to Reece Johnson. Spliff says, is 5 shots on target this year actually true? Yeah, it is. 5 shots on target all season. Ball clipped over the top, looking for Kanemaru, who gives chase. Bristol City keeper. What's he doing, keeper? What's he doing? What's that keeper doing, you fucking idiot? Get him booked, ref. To be fair as well, other players should have helped Cadamarteri out there. In that situation there where keeper's mouthing off at Cads, I want everyone to a man fucking steaming in and giving him what for. Get handbags out and lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ice hockey style. Their keeper, what a prick. Yeah, I'm just looking now. It was one shot on target against Preston, 2 against Queen's Park Rangers. We did have 3 against Brentford, but that were in the Cup. 1 against Portsmouth and 1 against Birmingham. So, yeah, it's actually... Yeah, it's 5 shots on target. I mean, to be fair, you can actually extend that to the last 6 league games, and it's still 5. Because we had none against Blackburn Rovers either. They've made a sub. I don't know who it is. I went looking. Spliff says, what happened? Cad's just chased the ball. The keeper tried to shepherd it out of play. Cad's just given him a bit of a nudge, and he fell over like he'd been shot by a sniper rifle. Ball's gone all the way back to Murphy Cooper, who sprays it out to Cole McGee. Cole McGee now goes long. Get there. Right, Redmond's got it. Right, one of you. Redmond, striding forward. Can he find someone with a pass? He can. Ingleson has it. Ingleson, left-footed to Barry Bannon. Oh, I thought that was the moment. I thought he was going to strike it with his left foot there. Oh, dear. Liam Cooper, what the fuck's he doing? Oh, dear. No! 2-0. And if anyone's saying, why is he not making substitutions, this proves why Henrik Pedersen doesn't make them. Because the players that are coming on aren't good enough. Fuck knows what Liam Cooper's doing there. He's on halfway. He's just... as it took a bobble, I've no idea. I'll have to wait and see. But he totally misjudges it. Sinclair Armstrong is then through on goal. He's through. I mean, to be fair, Sinclair Armstrong did his best Santi Ingleson impression and tried to miss that. And he did. He messed it up. And the ball's come to their man on the edge of the box. And he's the ball over. Oh, he's just... Fucking hell. Cooper thinks that Armstrong's going to take a touch and he doesn't. And that, like, outfoxes him. But, oh, dear me. It's not good. He's simply not good enough. He's... Yeah, Armstrong's run through. Is it McGee that's got back? He's dragged him back a little bit. The keeper's come out and done all he can, to be fair. Dear me. Dear me. Oh, another game, another 2 goals. It is the average. Our average goals conceded this season is 2. So if you was a betting man, you would have had a 2-0 on your betting slip. If you have, well done. Daz, they're all shit. That's the issue. Exactly. Like I don't know why people get so hung up on we need to make substitutions. In a normal situation, in a normal season, I will totally agree. The other teams make the subs and it makes their team better. They bring fresh legs on. Yeah, we're bringing fresh legs on, but they are utter dog shit. I mean, I'm sorry for some of the players that are on the bench, but for the championship standard, they're not good enough. And how many times now, and it's a mixture of the things, it's tiredness and also it's not just the substitution's fault, but it just makes no difference. Like, there's no point, 0 point in making any. Like, we need to play, can we play futsal only an hour long? Can we play that instead? Ingleson tries to get a cross in, he's gone out for a throw-in. Jack, fuck this, he's getting too much now. I don't blame you. And honestly, if anyone is thinking that it is getting too much now, I said this earlier on over on X, you are no less of a fan if you decide that I need to take time out. You don't need, you don't need to be one of those people that go, I were there when it was shit back in 2026. Like, it don't matter. If you want to take a break, you can take a break and come back when it's better. Because honestly, it's testing me as well, to be fair. Oh dear me, we've had a shot on the edge of this. Is it? This is the look. He's offside there. He's offside. He's offside. Offside. Thank you very much. Neville, thanks James for the stream. See you later. Cheers Neville, mate. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate all of your support as well. If you are new over here, then please make sure you subscribe. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers over on YouTube. It'd be great to hit that that milestone. Daz says, "Can I suggest that Sheffield Wednesday are bringing a new sponsor, the Samaritans?" Yeah. Jack, sub Bannon and let him have a good send off. Old geezer, I bet Bannon heads east, not north, on the way out of the ground. Dunoid says McGee made a good recovery for Liam Cooper, good save by Cooper, but all three defenders have fallen over the ball, leaving it open for. Yeah, I did wonder that. Why did all three people? Oh, Eskies just played it straight out of play for a goal kick for Bristol City. I did wonder why all three defenders have all just ball watched. I know they're trying to. He's last ditch defending in it really, but. Anyway, Super Owls for Life says, getting beyond embarrassing. Mark, forfeit the rest of the season. Just be done with this. Dylan, so in the 80th minute, Olaf Kabatsky does it, make an attacking somewhat better. No. Yeah, but what Olaf Kabatsky's played, well, I just looked at it, he hasn't played any football since Swansea in game week 4 of the season. Knowing how, now, what is the point in bringing him on? Because he'll come on and he'll probably do his hamstring or something and be out for 12 months. Chef Cam, like a weekly boxing match with the fighter with no arms. Totally agree. The difference for you, James, is you have got extra pressure because of your pod, so I feel like you have to watch this shit. I'm all right, Daz. Don't worry about me. It's fine. I can... talking about it is good therapy. Yeah, I don't let it get me down too much. I might get animated and stuff, and I might get, it does mean something to me. I'm just seeing my football club just slowly die. This is going to be 22 games now without a win. It's going to be another game without a goal. Fuck, we haven't even had a shot. Not even a shot on goal. Not even a shot on target. Just not even a shot. Like that. That is where we are at the moment. We are just merely existing. The ball comes forward again. Sinclair Armstrong on this right side. He's been a bit of a thorn in the side, to be honest, and Cooper does well to gather the ball up. Yeah, I'm just looking. What are we on now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the 7th game now that we've played without picking up any. Without scoring a goal, without cheering. And going, whoo, scored a goal. What did I say? 7 games. Do the maths. That's what? 610 minutes of football. You can also add 30 minutes on the end of the whole game. We scored on the hour in that game. Kadam Archery's goal on Boxing Day was the last goal that we have scored. 640 minutes. There's only one. Barry Bannon is the song that comes from that away end. Cooper gets there and just boots it out of play. I really feel for the players as well, because these aren't the problem. The players that are on the pitch at the moment, the players that are in the squad, the players that are in training, they aren't the problem, are they? Like these players shouldn't be in this situation. We all know the reason why. Obviously, we take our frustration out on them, and that's just normal. But really, really, I don't know. I'm just lost for words at times. Really, really lost for words. Andrew, think you and Matt have been the one thing keeping us going this last year. Well done. Cheers, Andrew. Thanks for that. We like to make it, like I said, the therapy that we give you, and we like to make it as light-hearted as we possibly can, whilst also talking about some of the actual serious things about our football club. We do really appreciate the support from everyone as well that does listen. As we've got the ball on the edge of the box, Palmer just hits it, and it's over the bar. Like, it was a shit shot. It was poor. Really annoying. Daniel says, bring on League One. Old geezer loving the stream. 10 minutes to go is the modern day equivalent of beating the traffic. Yeah. Get to the fridge 10 minutes earlier, eh? Jack, even the Diodora days weren't this bad. We're going to be making 2 substitutions. It looks like Moses is one of them that's coming on, and the other one is going to be Joe Emery as well for 5 or 6 minutes of football. Dunno, 7 games, no goals. That a lot of early hour watching here in Adelaide. Hashtag committed. G-Batch says all we can do is look forward to next season. Old geezer said, James, you had a perm at the start of the season. Yeah, mate. I wish I did. Johnny, I don't think it's the losing, it's the perceived lack of having a go. The thing is, in this game, we did have some early chances, didn't we? Well, I said chances. We had some pressure. We had the ball out wide in a couple of occasions, but nobody in the box. There was probably there was at least three opportunities where the ball came across, and there's nobody there. But yeah. Daz, I'll give you this one. Forget Moses. We need fucking Jesus. Daz, that's your best comment of the day, that one. I'll give you that one. Phil Starr, where's Ugbo these days? He's injured, Phil. Whether he's actually injured or not, I don't know. I did find out the other week that he is I kind of knew this anyway, but I did have it confirmed. He is the highest paid player at Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. He got paid 50-something thousand £50,000 after tax for the month, last month. Someone who I know knows someone that works at Begbies Begbies trainer, not dealing with the football club, but he had to press the button to pay the wages for the month, and £50,000, which works out around about £90,000 gross, which is over £20,000 a week. So yeah, let that sink in. And he hasn't scored since, what is it, April 2024? It's not before that, is it? Surely. It actually might be before. Yeah, I'm sure it is April. No, is it April 23? No idea. Bristol City come forward. Oh, good block. Liam Cooper redeemed himself a little bit there. Another change. Jarvis Faunson is going to be coming on. Yeah, his last goal was the 27th of April 2024 in the 3-0 win against West Brom in the last home game of the season that season. And he's on over 20 grand a week. Chef Cam, what's he out with? A broken flask? I think he's out with a broken microphone or something for his streaming setup that he's got. Daz Ugbo is refusing to play because he's scared to be made to look even worse than he already is. Barry Bannon is coming off on 89 minutes. I really, really, really hope that this isn't his last. He's giving Heskey he's giving everyone a... Do you know what? It looks like it. Everyone's coming over to him. I'm getting... It's fucking emotional, that, man. Barry Bannon just walks. He shook everyone's hand. Gerhard Struber shakes his hand. Oh, man. Baz. He's going in there. Yeah, that's tough, that, man. It got me there. It proper got me. It was the shaking the hands and yeah. Ah, dear. Phil Starr, thought you were going to. Oh, no, you are. What a man. Big respect. Oh, nearly a chance. Kadamashi just couldn't get his... he got a toe end on it, but not enough of a toe end. Ray, that's hit me. David, I'm not crying. You are. Yeah, I am, mate. That's hit me hard, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Ah, fucking hell. All right, let's have a... let's get Twitter Spaces up. Jack, I told myself I didn't care until I saw him come off, yeah. Matthew, a minute silence in tomorrow. He's not died, Matt. He's not died. Dave, keep your chin up, James. We're all Wednesday, aren't we? Mark, if this is Barry's last game, thank you for the 10.5 years of loyal service. You deserve better than this. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, legend. Yep, agreed on that one, mate. Ah, man. Honestly, I thought, like I said to you before, it was the... thank you, everyone, for joining over on X Spaces as well, by the way. I know it's not full-time just yet, but it is going to finish in very, very shortly. For those that have just joined, do let me know what you think. Do come up and have your say as well. Hit that request to talk button. I know I've gone premature with the full-time, but I'll edit if the score does change. Phil Starr says, build the statue. Yep. This is going to be, 22 games without a win, but I think that's just all been totally overshadowed by what we've just seen. Barry Bannon leaving the pitch, every Wednesday player coming over to shake his hand, even some of the Bristol City players as well, because he has been he's been Mr. EFL, and it's a long shot from Bristol City. Cooper more than equal to it. But yeah, he has been Mr. EFL, hasn't he, really? I was going to say Mr. Championship. Obviously, he has had a couple of seasons down in League One. But, just how much the opposition fans hate him as well. Wherever he goes, they all hate him because of how good he is. And we've been very, very lucky to have Barry Bannon for as long as what we have done. 10.5 years. Yesterday, I thought it was gone. I must admit, when I saw the things earlier... when I saw Rob Staten say that an offer hadn't gone in, I had a bit of hope. I thought he might be staying. But then when we've seen him just now, and that really hit me hard. That we've still got another 30 odd seconds or so left in this game, and it looks like it's going to be another defeat. For Sheffield Wednesday. That is a 6th consecutive defeat in all competitions, 5 in the league, 22 without a win, 7 games without a goal. I can reel off many, many more, and that's the final whistle. The whistle's gone. It ends Sheffield Wednesday 0, Bristol City 2. For those that are just joining as well, I'm I'm going to admit it. Well, you can see it. You can watch it back. When Barry Bannon walked off, I started tearing up. I've got to admit it. It really got to me. It was just, I was like, just all the players running over to him to shake his hand and to say, goodbye or whatever. Barry Bannon has come on the pitch. He's getting handshakes off Randall, the former Plymouth man. I think this is going to be quite telling as well. Barry Bannon going over to the Wednesday fans in that away end. He's getting handshakes off everyone. I mean, that does happen at the end of a match. I do get that, but this is different. This is a different kind of handshake. The cameras are all on Barry Bannon. Liam Palmer giving him a warm embrace as well. If Barry Bannon keeps it in, fair play. It's just shit, innit? It is just utter shit when you think about it. The whole thing, and it's just being played out in front of our eyes. Yeah. If you're over on X Spaces, come up. I want to hear from you. Press that request to talk, but I want to speak to some guys and girls as well. Charles Cook giving him he's walking over to the fans now. Dear. He's walking over slowly by himself. Nathan Redmond is over with him. Everyone's giving him a handshake, he's pushed him forwards. Just a puff of the cheeks. Oh, there we go. And he's got, fucking hell. Fucking hell, man. I get this is not great for an audio medium. Barry Bannon's over there tearing up. Liam Cooper's giving him consoling him. Palmer's consoling him. Ingleson's come over as well. All the other players have come over. Olaf Kabatsky, Charlie McNeil. He's clapping, he's kissing he's done, innit? That is it. He's done. He's going. Where he's going to end up, I have no idea. Dave says, final nail in the Wednesday coffin, 100%. Fucking hell, man, honestly. Grown man crying on YouTube. $477 games for Sheffield Wednesday. Captain, leader, legend. What a guy. Say what you want about Barry Bannon. Honestly, what a servant to Sheffield Wednesday he's been. Phil, I'm not willing to do it. I didn't fucking mean to do it. It just got overwhelming. Yeah, Phil's just said big respect to anyone willing to cry in front of random strangers online. Yeah, he's just all the emotion. Like the last 10 years have been, the first couple we didn't know what we were getting into, did we? But we have had some wonderful times. The moments when you look back. Wembley's the big one, isn't it? Being there at Wembley, Barry Bannon as captain, Barry Bannon lifting that, that League One trophy. He wanted to get us back to where we belong, which is obviously back into the Championship. You could argue where we belong is back to the Premier League, but he wanted us to get us back to an even footing, and he did that. some of the goals he scored are absolutely, fantastic. Even the goal he scored this season against Norwich, let's not forget. The goal he scored against MK Dons, the goal he scored against Derby. Go even further back. Was it Millwall where he scored that kind of scissor kick at the edge of the box in his earlier times? He's had a fantastic Sheffield Wednesday career. All right, he hasn't had the Derby victories. There's some other things that I'm sure he wanted to tick off, i.e. getting us to the Premier League. He hasn't been able to do that. But, loyalty is not in football anymore. Nobody shows the sort of loyalty that Barry Bannon has showed to Sheffield Wednesday. He has had multiple opportunities to leave. He could have gone. And it's just so, so, so sad that it's happened at Ashton Gate. Nothing against Bristol City or Ashton Gate, but it's just so annoying that we didn't know before the Birmingham game. We could have given him the send-off there. Just like I said, I thought there was a glimmer of hope. Yesterday afternoon, it was all done. I thought there was going to be a glimmer of hope. I didn't think I was going to get to use this graphic that I've got. I thought it was all to no avail, but I feel like that is the goodbye. He wouldn't have done that if he was staying. So I'll put the graphic up over on X that you can have a look at. I mean, it's not. It's just a picture of a various few. He's there holding the League One trophy. A couple from this season. One in his pink kit, the black kit as well. He'll be sorely missed. I mean, this season is just going from bad to worse, isn't it? Really. Barry, no massive send off after West Bromwich Albion game. Big shame, unfortunately. Yeah. Dear. Sorry, I'm just sending a tweet. You can go and have a look at it if you're over on X. I've just put that out there now. Shock SAAAU says Bosch best Wednesday player of all time. It's a bold statement, that one, but you know what? There's a lot of people of a certain age that would totally agree with you. Not every legend have to come from the 90s wearing a Sanderson kit. I've seen that bobbing around a few times, and I totally agree with that one. Dylan, the Oxford goal was so good. Oxford away? Are you meaning the one where he left-footed curl it into the top corner? The Akinfenwa gate when they got a penalty. Are you meaning that one? Ede is the best player in my lifetime. Yeah. I mean, for me as well, everyone knows the story. I don't really remember the 90s watching Sheffield Wednesday. My earliest memories are when we got relegated out the Premier League. For me, without an absolute shadow of a doubt, he is by far the best player. Like just the longevity of his Wednesday career, or everything that he's done for the football club, just everything really. The loyalty that he's shown. All right, yeah, he's been paid quite well whilst he's been here, but he could have also been paid quite well elsewhere as well. And just for me, he's never injured. Never injured. I've seen people saying, why are we signing a 36-year-old midfielder? Well, you'll find out. Whoever it is that gets his signature, whether it is Millwall. I mean, that game on Valentine's Day, I'm tearing up on here. I'm not even there. What am I going to be like on that day? What's my missus going to say? You're crying about a bloke on a football pitch and on Valentine's Day. That's not going to down very well, is it? But yeah, everyone that day, I've got a date with Barry Bannon on Valentine's Day. Brad Dyson, is it? Devastated. Yeah, Dylan says yes. That's the one. Yeah, Oxford away. Mark, he's right to there. He's right up there with my childhood heroes: David Hurst, John Sheridan, Chris Waddle, and Barry Bannon. Spliff says, can someone tell me why he might be going for free and why Millwall might not even be paying a fee for him? It's a fucking joke. No idea, mate. I've not got a clue. my understanding not way back when, but kind of early last week when this all kind of started, I got told that he had spoken to Henrik and told him and asked him to let him go, basically. Then as things have kind of moved on, we've heard that that the administration team might want to look to get more money in because it's the takeover, to have assurances over this takeover process and things like that. And then we hear that he doesn't want to go, and it's not to do with money; it's to do with assurances about next season and things. I honestly don't know what the reason behind that is. I'd like to think we could get something for him, but we'll have to just wait and see on that one. Eddie says Barry Bannon is our true love. Lee says, why does it feel like things are getting worse and not better? I mean, it's always going to get worse before it gets better. Like, when you lose 13 players in the summer and then you're in embargoes and you've got no money, you've got no owners to even buy the players, it's never going to get any better, is it really, at all? So it's just you don't think it's going to get this bad, do you, really? That is the problem. When you live in it, day in, day out, week in, week out, it's just so difficult. Chris, tad emotional, that. I mean, I'm not going to lie, mate. Yeah, totally agree. Matt says there must be something on his contract to allow this. Also, Henrik isn't running the club. The administrators are. Yeah, I get that. Look, I'm only telling you what I've been told. Whether Henrik then passed the message on, I have no idea. I'd like to think that I don't know. It's all up in the air at the moment, isn't it? Like I said, yesterday I thought it was happening. I'd already readied myself and prepared myself for this moment. Early on today, I thought he's staying. And then him going off on the 89th minute, everyone shaking his hand, him then crying in front of the away end, that's just rubber stamped it for me. Absolutely rubber stamped it. Wabbit says, please let's not forget our own Liam Palmer. Sometimes it seems he is taken for granted. I know this is at the moment is about Barry, but still Liam has, in my books, just as much legendary status as Barry Bannon. Yeah, agreed. He's played a lot of games as well. I just think when you look at the impact that Barry Bannon has had, and as a captain as well, and the amount of lives that Barry Bannon has touched, taking nothing away from Liam Palmer whatsoever, but Barry Bannon has just had more impact on Liam Palmer will get the send off that he deserves, I'm sure. Unfortunately, Barry Bannon won't get the send off that he deserves. And do you know what as well? I hope something happens. If it is Millwall, let's say it is Millwall for a second, I hope that something happens on that 14th of February, and I hope that we can do something. I hope Millwall don't block it, But anyway, right, let's bring Paul up. Paul Pashley wants to have a word. Paul, mate, how are you, pal? You all right?
Oh, mate, it's gutting, innit? It's absolutely gutting.
Mate, I don't know if you were been watching or not, but I'll openly admit, I got a tad emotional on a couple of occasions.
Mate, I'm stood in my living room, stood up applauding him in front of TV.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, no club should go what we're going through. You know what? I can cope, James, losing Valerie, expected, even Ingleson, expected. But a guy that's 36 on 7K a week can't get any assurances of what's going on. The administrators, for me, have got to come out. I don't care what the regulations and that say. We're going to make nothing from this lad. It's pointless what they've just exercised. I think they're going to cost themselves more than they're going to gain.
Yeah, I think for me, more than anything, it's not about losing Barry Bannon this season, because this season is a write-off. It's more about me not being able to give him the send-off that he deserves at Hillsborough. That's the only thing that I'm really bothered about. Like, ultimately, and I just think it's just so sad that it's come to this, that it's had to happen at Bristol City away. Do you know what I mean? Like, why has this not happened before? Surely someone knew somewhere that this was going to happen. Couldn't we have delayed it a bit until Wrexham next weekend?
why can't, listen, I mean, I don't know what rules and regulations are. I might be wrong, but if I'm a prospective owner, I'm giving him a call or giving the administrators a call and dropping some money in the administrator's account and saying, just pass that on. I'm not saying you can do that, but what I'm trying to say is this guy doesn't want to go. He has to go because he's got to look at his family and he's got to look at what's being offered. No disrespect to Millwall, but does he want to go to Millwall? I mean, yeah, I know money comes into it and a 2-year, 18-month thing, but there must be ways that this club, out of all the shit that's been thrown at us, we lose our captain like this, a guy that in next year will be instrumental. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not all sad. I do honestly think Bannon will be back in a capacity, whether that be coach, assistant manager. There is no way. 18 months goes really quick. I can see Millwall's idea if they do come in for him. By the way, he's got to pass a medical first. I mean, I don't know if he's patched up or what, but what I'm trying to say is that somebody. I'm not sure he'll go to Millwall. I think that's just a little bit of a teaser. I can't see any Championship club not coming in for Barry Bannon. I can't, except for the obvious that.
I mean, they were talking about him on Sky Sports before the Millwall-Charlton game earlier, and they were saying how is he the final piece in the jigsaw, and that's how I see him. Like, is he? If he can get you them 10 goal involvements, whether that's either a goal or an assist between now and the end of the season, like could that be the 10 goals that you need to get you into the champion? Into the playoffs,
what it is, James?
Whatever it may be.
When we've been so starved. When we watch a football game at Hillsborough, I'm not talking about the minute because it's not really a football game, but when we watch a game at Hillsborough, when certain players get the ball, you just can relax. You just go, oh, God, get them all right for a minute. Oh, here we go again. Bannon had that, Waddle had that, Sheridan had that. You just knew that we were all right for a minute. I tell you what now, it's like a complete shit show, innit? I mean, I can't even imagine the next game without Bannon. I can't, because if you watch him on the pitch, he's literally talking to everybody, all the kids around him, pull back, go forward. I mean, I know that's what a captain does. No disrespect to Liam Palmer, but really, it's going to cost his club more letting him go. I'd be very, very surprised if the admin or somebody at Hillsborough's not trying to do everything they possibly can at the minute to try and stop this. I really would. If Millwall haven't,
Paul, I've heard so many conflicting reports over the last kind of 24 hours. It's just mashing my head up. To be fair, like really, the rubber stamp on it for me was him going off and one subbing him in on 89 minutes. You don't sub Barry Bannon on 89 minutes. Do you know what I mean? He don't come off on that time, does he? And then it was that was almost like a token of appreciation for him and stuff. And it was the shaking everyone's hand, and then the players on the pitch physically running over to him to shake his hand, and then the Bristol City players, all that sort of thing. That for me,
and the tears,
and then the tears at the end. That for me, we can say all we want about wanting to keep him and stuff like that. You don't do that. Like if he's not going, he goes over to that away end and just goes, "I'm staying, lads." Do you know what I mean? I'm not going. I'm still going to be here, for next week or whatever. Like
it's just not convincing, James, is it? It's not convincing what we're going to get for Barry Bannon. I mean, it's 400, 500 grand. I mean,
the Star have said it's going to be a free transfer, Paul.
Well, do you know what I mean? I mean, it's just an absolute mess. I mean, it really needs to be sorted by the EFL. Need to pull their fingers out and tell us if these owners are right or wrong ASAP, because the fans aren't going to sit through much more of this. I mean, I'm not even laughing. I watched Barry Bannon there, turned on the results. Callum Patterson scored an hat-trick. I mean, do you know what? Kick me when I'm down. He's like, fucking, do you know what I mean? What's going on here? Is there anything coming out? I mean, I said to Alex Miller last night, give it a rest for tonight, Alex, please. Portsmouth chasing Ingleson. It's like, there's no let-up. I mean, why has Valerie not played today?
Well, he's got a knock, apparently, but he probably got a knock all the way up to
probably
Rangers.
on the door.
Yeah. He's got a knock all the way up to Rangers, I think, and probably sat in Danny Rill's office as we speak or something. Yeah, I mean,
I think, James,
that's the one. The Valley one for me is the one that I totally understand. You don't go to AFCON and then potentially go to World Cup and then tip up against Morecambe or whoever it is we're going to play. Burton Albion next season.
Oh yeah, I mean it's It's a banker, but the problem for me is why get rid of Bannon when you know you can get 3 million for Valerie, and you can get 3 million for Valerie. He's going to the World Cup, and if they don't want to pay for it, great.
Do you know what? As much as
somebody else.
As much as I think that what the stuff that Dave Richards says is utter bollocks, he did say one thing that I did agree with in that the Pierce Charles to Strasbourg has probably snookered us a little bit, in terms of this having to sell players, because that one sale for millions, I don't know how many millions it would be, but it's a 7-figure sum that they'd have had to pay for him, would have resolved all of this. I'm not saying it resolves the Barry Bannon situation, because that perhaps doesn't give him the reassurances that he needs, if it is that's actually swayed him to actually move. But this stops all the other sales, the Inglesons, the Cadamartris, and all that sort of stuff, because we won't need to. There's another party that thinks, do we just need, if you just take your blue tinted glasses off and look at it purely from a club in administration and getting new owners and setting themselves up for next season, do you just need a reset? You don't go 22 games without a win and just be right as rain next season, do you really? Like there's going to be so many. Those players that are playing, there's going to be so many scars there, isn't there? Really, and it's going to be really difficult to then.
I think including the manager.
Again. Yeah.
I'm just looking at the manager now getting interviewed. Kick a man when he's down. He just took his captain off him. I'd love to keep Pedersen in the coaching capacity where he was before, put him back where he's good. He knows the club inside and out. You've got to keep hold of somebody like that, but you've just potentially let the captain go. That is, I was saying to a friend last night, I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. We know it's one man's fault, who probably thinks he'd have kept him if he'd have still been in charge. That's our delusional. But I really do think that it's a massive, massive error. It's how many do we want to make? You at all costs, you come out with a statement. You come out with something saying we can't do anything. There's nothing being said. I was even angry this morning when I'm looking at Jarvis Thornton on the front of the programme, when we all full know well what's going to happen. It's just like a complete reset. And when you say a reset, the lot. PR, media, the lot. A complete reset. That's just not good enough.
Yeah, I have to totally agree. Like, I know it's bad for those people that are involved and stuff, but again, you just take the sentimental things away from it. Like, it does just need if you're going to reset, you might as well reset properly, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might as well
absolutely
wipe the lot and have a go. What's your stance on the whole thing, Paul? I can't even be asked to talk about that 2-0 defeat. We need to have a shot, maybe, so it's kind of irrelevant.
No.
What's your take? What's your mood at the moment overall?
My mood, I'm fed up. I'm sick of it. I think it can be. People say, it takes time. It could take 3 months. No. The EFL have got a responsibility now, because you know what? Get rid of all the senior players. If we get rid of all our senior players, the lads should stand on the pitch and just let them score goals around them, because we're not competitive. We can't even turn up. We'll not be able to even fill the bench. It's ridiculous. You can bring in loan players, but yet you can't pay for them. My stance on this is, if these owners are good enough, get them in ASAP. And if they're not, tell us ASAP. It's on the EFL now to move as quick as they possibly can, because it's so difficult being a fan, not wanting to put something on the Twitter feed when they're reporting, we're looking forward to a fun-filled Saturday. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you look forward to turning your telly off and getting on with our club's administration and sorting the ownership out? It's just dragging, James. And I think that's the problem why we've lost the captain. I think everybody thought that this might be tied up earlier this month, and it's just not been. The administrators come in and say we've got a preferred bidder on the 1st of December. Everybody gets excited. But this process is... the only thing we've not sold is the elephants. Everything's going in it. It won't surprise me if somebody comes in for Pedersen tonight and he thinks, I've had enough and all. Because we're literally backed against the wall. I looked at the bench today and it's tragic. It's terrible.
If it gets confirmed between now and the Wrexham game, which we were led to believe that that's going to happen, given what Barry Bannon did this evening, honestly, I think Pedersen could chuck towel in it. Well, and people will probably say he won't because he needs to get paid and stuff. But I think he's at breaking point as well.
Like, I think you're right, James. I'm watching him now. I can't hear him, but I'm watching him now, and he's talking about stuff. And no disrespect to Henrik, I think he's a great guy. I can't understand what he's saying, and that's nothing to do with a culture or a language or a nationality. That's to do with how he's speaking about the game. When I heard the game the other day about attacking build-up and intensity and things, no, mate, it's just not working. And I'm not saying it's not your fault, 'cause I've watched the game today where the lads have tried. He's got. I am beginning to think now. He's in a corner. It's just pathetic. We've got 18 games left to sit through this. Yeah. There's going to be nobody at Hillsborough. You've just took away 400 grand on the gate by getting rid of the captain. That's how stupid that is. Yeah. You know, just if the captain goes, they've taken more money than they've made. Because I know every Wednesday fan I speak to at the minute now says, I'm not going again if he's gone. That's it. He's the only person worth watching. They've took the soul out of the club. If Bannon goes, they've let the soul walk.
I think the thing is as well, what you've got to, we don't know what it feels like, do we, to not have Barry Bannon? I mentioned it earlier at the top. I was talking about kind of the amount of games that he's played. I'm just going to have a look now because he's played over 40 games, 40 league games in a season. We're already in this season. Last season, 41. 42 when we came out of League One, 41 in League One, 45 the first season in League One, 46 in the Championship. That's every single game in 2020, 2021. 44, 41. He only had 29 in the 17-18 season. So we have to go right back to Christmas 2017 for the last time where we've seen a Sheffield Wednesday side without Barry Bannon in it. All the others, it's been one game here and there where he's just not played. But that was the only time where he's not played. Go on.
You know when you take your sensible head off, right, and you actually look at this, what I think's going to happen is now that some people say, that won't happen. The fan base is so frustrated now. How long is it before they get on these kids' back? And there's no leader except for Liam Palmer
it's already happening. Otto Bayo's getting pelters. I mean, I know I'm not his biggest fan. Yeah, it's already happening already.
Johnson's going to get pelters the left back because his poor lad's been put in a division he's probably not at the level at yet. He's getting skinned. He's getting torn inside out. I've seen it twice now. Bristol's put a lad on today and ran at him. They took him off in the end because he can't. Pedersen's hands are tied behind the back, but it's going to get worse at Hillsborough in a couple of weeks. When we're getting absolutely tore to bits. Are people going to sit down and go, we know?
Well, Birmingham put a video up of whoever it was running at Reece Johnson, and he had him on his arse. That kind of almost like ridiculing.
That was pathetic. I thought that were bad. Do you know what? I mean, that were bad. It's nearly.
They're entitled to what they do, but do you know what I felt like? It felt like that Michael Owen video. When he scores that goal against that 12-year-old or whatever. That's what it felt like to me. Yeah. And I'm like, Christ, he's a young lad, man. I know he's playing professional football, so do what you want.
Yeah, it's absolutely pathetic. It's funny how some of the fan bases can completely understand where we're at and applaud it, like Bristol today with Bannon, like Leicester, But then I've got to say, Derby at Hillsborough, I was appalled by how they were. I was Birmingham, I was waiting for the open top bus parade because they've won at Hillsborough. It was just absolute. It's just like. You know what? You're not all in the clear, man. You're not all. It's not all rosy. Yeah, Birmingham, you've got these owners from America. Do you really know what's going on? Really, that much? Does anybody really know what's going on in regards to ownership and things like that? We've just probably had the worst hand, and it is depressing, isn't it, James? I mean, I don't know about yourself, but yesterday I was working at 12 o'clock. All this Bannon stuff's breaking, and my head was gone.
Yeah, I know. I was
I
the
couldn't
same.
focus. It's really bad. I don't understand why, but because it's a football game. But it's not. It's like
it's life, though, isn't it, Paul? Football isn't just a game. Like I know, it annoys me. I know you just. I'm not saying I'm getting annoyed at you, but when other people that don't understand it say that, it's much more than that. It's really, it's a way of life. It's a way of life for a lot of people.
It's like a cult, isn't it? It's like a cult. People buy these football clubs as businesses. And unless you really understand what a football club is, Paul, I hope that's not for Barry Bannon.
It's all right. It's Matt. Paul, stay there. I'm just going to bring Matt in. Matt into the show. Matt, how's things, mate? You all right? Matt, are you there?
You, mate? I'm here, James. You?
Oh, sorry, mate. I'm talking to. I thought I was talking to Matt Johnson. Who he's just been ringing me.
Sorry.
Matt, can you hear me, pal? Johnson, that is. Oh, I've no idea what's happening there. Give me two.
He's talking Barry Bannon out of a move.
No idea. I'll try and sort that out in a second. Let's Paul. I'll catch you. I'll catch you in a bit, mate. Thanks for coming on, pal. Really appreciate it. Let's come to Matt Talbot then, who's been patiently waiting. Matt, how's things, pal? You all right?
Not bad, you, mate.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. What do you want to say? It looks like it is Barry Bannon's last game in a Wednesday shirt. Yeah, such a shame, innit?
It is. I'm not bothered about results today. We know what happened with that. I'm just a bit confused as to why we rejected offers for Ingleson and Cadamarchi, but then you're selling your captain.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like.
He signed a contract.
Sorry, mate. It sounds like Barry Bannon actually wanted he wanted assurances on his contract, and he hasn't been given them. And at 36-year-old, he just he's found it elsewhere, and he's found better money and a better contract somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He's 36-year-old now. He's retiring in London in Millwall. It's not a bad thing, is it?
Well, I don't know about Millwall, but yeah, London's not. London's probably not too bad, but yeah.
I'm just a bit. He's getting, the takeover stuff at minute is just getting a bit boring. It's like, is it going to happen? Is it not? We're sort of in the loophole. Is James Board actually going to come in and be able to take them forward? I'm at the mindset now where I'm not going to game now until I've got the owners come in. We've got a clear plan. We start signing players. It's a bit of positivity, then I'll go back to Hillsborough, but I don't think the rest of the season I'm going to go, mate, because it's not. I slated the players a lot in the past, and I started slating Peterson, but there's only one man to blame.
Football's supposed to be enjoyable, Matt, innit? And it's just not enjoyable whatsoever at the moment. Is it? It just simply isn't. It's just, we've had 5 shots in the last 7 games, I think it is now. That's not like.
If you think how we feel as fans, how the players feel, the morale's down. They're used to losing every week. How do they get that bit of pick me up to it next game? You don't have players are struggling, or is their head elsewhere? Which I think they are. So I think a lot of them probably going to leave. We need to sell everybody.
Yeah, losing breeds. Negativity breeds negativity, and if you keep losing every week, and that's what 7 defeats now on the spin. We haven't kept a clean sheet. We've not scored in any of those, so of course we've lost every single one, and it gets to a point, don't they? I mean, what's it going to be like without Barry Bannon? I'm not saying that Barry Bannon has single-handedly kept the score down, but
for the last 10 years, we had a creative player outside of Bannon, have we? So it's been Barry Bannon all the time midfield. So it's a case of, can we replace him in the summer?
Yeah, but we can't even have a shot with Barry Bannon in the side. So I dread to think what it's going to be like without him. And it was, I don't know. It's difficult. I mean, I must admit, I don't know if you've been watching, but I got very emotional on 2 occasions there. One when Barry Bannon came off, and then one at full time when he went over to those travelling away fans, and he just got to me. I thought yesterday I thought I was kind of.
I think deep down he didn't want to leave, but I think for his family and for probably himself as a footballer, latter stages, it's probably the best move for him, isn't it?
Yeah, if you take your blue tinted glasses off, then yeah, like if he's on $7,000 a week, I don't think he's ever been on $7,000 a week hardly ever in his career. You've got to probably go back to his early 20s when he was last on that sort of money, and he's like Aston Villa days, and even then he probably on a decent wage. And
maybe if he just got that bit of reassurance to say, look, stay with for the season, end of the season, you'll get a $10,000 pay rise or whatever, and I think he'd do that. But
the thing is, though, someone else pointed out, like the new owners there's no sentimental reason for new owners. Yeah. They don't know him, do they? From Adam, like he's just to them, he's just a 36-year-old midfielder. Like,
I would have rather have sold. I'd rather have sold McNeil and Cadamarchi and kept Bannon. Like, because Ballinger is a legend into that club. He's going to always be a legend. If he's going to play against us, he's going to get a round of applause. You'll see him in the street, you'll buy him a pint, one of them players. And I'm a bit heartbroken over it, if I'm honest.
I am as well. I didn't think I would be, but honestly, the more you think about it and the more you know, like he's just been an ever-present for the last 10 years. He's always been there. He's always been Barry Bannon. Number 10, Barry Bannon. That is it. Yeah, mad.
I look back to that when he signed the contract in summer, and he mentioned about his daughter being upset when they were going to leave, and then she was upset when they were going to stay, but in an happy way. I look back at that, and it makes me get a bit upset, because I think maybe, you know, his daughter don't want him to go, but he's got to go because circumstances at a football club.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're going to get an 18-month contract on, let's just say it's 15 grand a week or something, then you've got to take it, aren't you? Really, like you're not going to turn that down if you're going to double your wage again.
As a club captain, though, he took some shit anti, because in summer everyone were looking at Bannon, what's happening with him, who cannot be named. You know, are we getting paid? Are we not? And then obviously he's a lot of onus has been on him this season. Try and pick lads up, win games of football. Things could get better, and I think he's just had enough and thought, nah, I can't. You know, my career's coming to latter stages. Why not go get in playoffs for Millwall? Chance of Premier League football. Get into Premier League in his career. And,
yeah,
you know,
I agree.
I don't know how we're going to cope. We're out of this season. I think it's just going to get worse.
The stuff that he's had to put up.
I still think we can't replace him in the next 5 years, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
We've got to replace him.
Well, how much would it cost to replace a Barry Bannon? How much does I think that's just totally removing myself from this situation once again, but looking just purely from a recruitment point of view. I think like we should have phased this moment out at some point. Do you know what I mean? We should have already planned for the future and brought someone else in that can kind of replace him. But I think that makes it even worse that you don't know what's going to happen next. Like you don't know who's going to come in to play in his role. You don't know who's going to. It's all the unknown, which just makes it 10 times worse. I feel like normally if you've got a young lad who's coming through the ranks, and you're like, all right, you know, it's handing the baton over, but you know, we don't even know who he's handing the armband to, do we? So
no, I mean positive side of things. Esky and Murphy Cooper don't look too bad, have they?
No, they haven't. But what's the midfield going to be now? Midfield on Saturday against Wrexham is going to be what, Heskey and Jarvis Thornton.
I think the worrying thing, James, is if we get more injuries in midfield, would we play there?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's that's coming.
By the end of the season, it's going to be a full team under 21s.
Probably, you know, if we're not careful. I've heard that Max Lowe's injury has is worse than expected, so he's out for a further however many weeks. So yeah, it's one thing after another, but. Anyway, Matt, I'm going to wrap things up there. Actually, I'm just going to come to. Yeah, cheers, Matt. Thank you. I'll come to Peter for a couple of minutes before I do wrap things up because I know Peter's been down there at Bristol at the moment. Probably still on his way back, to be honest. Peter, mate, how's things? You all right?
It is quite nice.
All right, James, how are we doing?
I'm fine, thank you very much. I'm not going to lie, mate. I got very emotional on 2 occasions during that.
Us too, pal. Quite a few tears shed today, unashamedly. We're in the back of an Uber taxi on the way to Bristol Station at the minute. So.
All right, okay, yeah. Well, I'm jumping off in a couple of minutes, but I saw you pop up, so I thought I'd get you on.
Yeah,
because you have been down there. What was it like in that away end, Peter?
It was difficult towards the end because we could see the subs board come up, and we thought, is he going to pull him? Is he not going to pull him? Is he going to leave him while the end? But he did it, and he got a few emotional. He got a hug off all the subs who went off one by one, so he knew, all the stories we read earlier about no official move being made. That's gone out the window. So medical tomorrow apparently, and whatever. Watch this space for more movement.
Yeah. What did you think? Because obviously for me yesterday, I thought that's it. He's gone. And then you saw what Rob put this morning, and I kind of thought, oh, maybe there's a chance that he isn't going. But I think that for me, you just rubber stamped it. What we just saw this afternoon.
Yeah, it's done and dusted. You don't have a player of his experience, his age, nearly 500 Wednesday games, and he's waving goodbye, and he's hugged and shook hands with the club photographer. It's all over, mate, and we have to get used to that now. It's very, very sad. I've been with some of the lads from the York House today, and we've all shed tears today. And it's a very, very sad day for Sheffield Wednesday as a football club. It's a very sad day for Barry Bannon and his family. I won't say they've been forced into it, but it's a situation none of us wanted ever to arrive. But it's finally come, and it's hit quite a lot of us like a ton of bricks. and it'll take some getting over. Your last question just now to the last caller, who's going to play in midfield next week? Well, that's when it'll really hit home against Wrexham. When we line up, and what that side is going to be like, I don't know. Because there's another. I've had it on good authority. There's another one out of the squad today who was on the bench. He leaves on Monday morning to a League Two side on loan.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. This remaining 18 games of the season, or however long it's going to be. But I'm just sad that Barry Bannon's not being able to have that send off. I know I know you've been there today, so you've been able to clap him and see him firsthand and stuff. But he needed to do that in front of 3 full stands at Hillsborough, because it would have been on Saturday. If Saturday was his last game, it would be full. It would be a sellout without a shadow of a doubt. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get that. Pete, I'm going to let you get off and get yourself back to North Sheffield, where you reside, of course. But cheers for jumping on, Peter, because I'm going to wrap things up.
Welcome, pal. All the best.
Yes, all the best to you as well, Peter. I'm going to wrap things up. I'm just going to read a few comments before I do head off. Jez says Oldham weren't in administration clears most of the blockages. The blockages were sorted through the process. Yeah, we're just talking about how long it took Oldham to get out for their sale to go through. I think it was something like 2 years or something ridiculous, or something. It was 60 odd weeks, maybe. Justin, it's probably time to think with heads, not hearts, but Barry should have had a proper send off. Yeah, that is the main thing for me, Justin. Like, I get it. Like, we need to move on as a football club at some point, but not a Bristol City away. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't need to end like this. That is the main thing. Like, it goes further than football when you're talking about Barry Bannon. My son was lucky enough to be a mascot. I mentioned it earlier in the watch-along. He was lucky enough to walk out at with Barry Bannon, holding Barry Bannon's hand and things. Got a great photo of that. That was in a pre-season game against Luton. I know I said earlier, pre-season. What's one of those? But it's touched so many hearts of so many people. To end like this, it's just not good at all. Barry says, what's the supporters' trust take on the dire situation with the lack of communication regarding the takeover? I don't know. You'll have to ask them, Barry. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because they're just going to hide behind the fact that they don't need to tell anyone, and because it's so bad on the pitch, and there's things happening on the pitch like this, like Barry Bannon leaving, it's kind of compounding matters. When you look back at the Derby situation, they were at least winning football games at the end, so that for them it wasn't as bad maybe as what it is for us. Yes, they're worried about the future of the football club, but for us, it's just literally been smashed over the head day after day after day. If it's not something to do with the takeover, it's another player that's injured, it's another player that's leaving. It's just one thing after another. We've got no respite whatsoever. We're not even having a shot. I mean, today, no shots, not even a shot on target, just no shots at all. We can't even. There's nothing to cheer about, which I think just makes it just so much worse. Matt just says, yeah, I think he's had enough of this shit. Obviously referring to Barry Bannon leaving. Barry says, remember football experts saying Ingleson to replace Bannon? Well, he might have his chance now, maybe. Chris said the midfield will be magnificent with the eyes of OJ. Matt, for me, it's just had again that it's happened this way. Some of the spelling in the comments is fantastic. Also the predictive texting, maybe. Barry, keep the faith. Justin says Pedersen may have to pull on a shirt at this rate. Agreed. And Barry says, could and should Bannon have stopped until the West Brom game? Look, easier said than done, innit? If it is down to money and you're offered double your wage or even more than double your wage, why would you stay at this absolute shit show, which it is? I don't know. Right, I'm going to wrap things up there. Massive thanks to everyone that's joined me this evening on the watch along. Do really appreciate it. Did not think I would be getting emotional and tearing up. So apologies for the silence that you had at that point. But it has been a very emotional one. Please join myself and Matt tomorrow. Matt's also done a match day live at the match, or whatever you want to call it, today. So all Patreon members can listen to that one. He's made it a bit of a Barry Bannon special. He's assured me that he's spoken to some some fans about Barry Bannon and what it's meant to him, so I'm sure that'll be a good listen. Like I said, patreon.com/WTID pod is where you need to go if you want to listen to that a little bit later on. But no, we will be back tomorrow, myself and Matt, at 8 o'clock, dissecting what we've just seen. I'm sure it will be dominated by Barry Bannon, of course. And yeah, thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see you all tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Cheers.